where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all
Welcome down to Barlow Park, round 16, and an incredibly rare sight. It's actually sunny. It's so nice being down after so many wet tracks we've called. that we have a dry ground. It looks outstanding, as Cairns always does at this time of year. My name's Elliot Lovejoy. With me is Rowan Sparks. And today, mate, a tough battle for both our 20s and our seniors kicking off later as they take on a Falcons team in both grades that are doing pretty well.
Well, yeah, they're the form team of the competition, definitely in the Intrust Super Cup grade, but also in the 20s as well. Really tough opposition, and it's going to be a test for the boys.
A few changes today for our lads in the 20s we'll go through. We're about to kick off in about 5 minutes. The lads will be out. Brandon Jaconia going back to fullback, which I think is his best position. He was okay in the wing a couple of weeks ago, but he does make a difference at the back. Stephen Stafford is back from injury, which is a big boost. Ben Campanolo moves into the centres. Ezra Tokarahi is going to make, I believe, his 20s debut today.
Yeah, so he played a few games with the Malmaninga Cup side at the start of the season and has been doing good things for Mariba in the local competition. Obviously gets his opportunity now at the bigger stage.
The Gladiators to the pride. Good on him. Damien Burke moves onto the wing. We just spoke before. I think he's played every position in the back line this season. He's a Mr. Fix-It, isn't he?
You can just put him anywhere and know he's going to, do a job.
He's a massive unit. Out on the wing, he's going to shape up like a Daniel Tupou for the Roosters. Just kick to him.
That's right. A very nice kicking target there. Hopefully the halves can service him well.
Speaking of those halves, there is a change in there. Jai Doherty is coming into the 6. You would have seen him play in the centres and on the wing earlier this season. He's a good player. He wears the headgear. You'd assume he'll take over the kicking duties. The ever-reliable Simon Bevan is at the 7. He will skip at the side. Tyson Finiasa in the front row with Jake McCarthy. Jake McCarthy's in there.
Jakey McCarthy, Northern Territory boy, I think.
He's another one, is he?
I think he's come over just this year, but under 18s as well, and he's come through doing some good stuff.
Bo Berg, he will be playing hooker. Matty Moyle, another NT boy from been playing for Palmerston.
Yeah, and also obviously made his way over here with a Cowboys development contract. So that's Matty's story. He's doing, he's got some eyes on him, that's for sure.
He'll wear the 11 jersey. Look out for him today. Hylam Lukey, who was the skipper of the 20s, he's in the second row too. My favourite player anywhere, Tom McGrath, he's in the 13. He's knocking on the door of the senior side as well. He's not far off. Then we go to our bench. Zane Knowles in the 14. Tasman McRobbie, the boy from down south, he's playing in the 15. Jonah Rameka, our second favourite Kiwi, is in the 16. And Uzziah Fanongaloa will get a start off the bench today. For the Falcons, going through you guys, a couple of changes. Backline is as named. Luke Murtagh. Blake Wilson is on the wing with Gian Lagaya. I don't know how we're going with this one. Lagayada. I don't know. We're going to roll with that? Lagiata works better for me. Kane Jackson and Tom Dwan in the centres. You have John McLaughlin, Jack Wright. Front row, but he wear the 15. Aaron Nelson starting with Wyatt Reynolds. Hooker is Zach Green. Then we go to the second row. Trent Loiero, Stephen Borg, Rowan Jardine. And the bench is Nick Ellams, Hunter Broff. We'll go with that. This is what happens when no one tells us. Matthew Baker and just named last minute, Ty James is going to wear the 18 for the Falcons today for the under-20s. So I'm looking forward to this one. Our under-20s started this season just unbelievably well. Probably safe to say they've fallen off maybe the last 6 or 7 weeks, a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been something that Coach Dave Scott has been trying to address.
Yep.
And it's just I think the physicality. Sometimes they're a smaller team, the Pride Boys, and they really rely on that ruck speed. And when they can't get that going, it makes it very difficult.
As I mentioned at the start of this broadcast, it's going to be interesting to see how we go on a dry track. We know last week the 20s had a win against the Mustangs by a point, and of course the ISC, the senior boys, got up by PNG by about 20 in the end. I'm looking forward to that main game later on. We've got a jersey presentation down here at Barlow Park for Indigenous round. Key messaging is this. If you can't get to the game, awesome. See Swift, have you sorted. We'll be streaming both games. If you can, try and get your butts down to Barlow Park. It is going to be outstanding. I think it's going to be a bumper crowd again this evening. And both these sides, our 20s and our seniors, are looking to go back-to-back for the first time in a little while.
Very evenly matched too, these 20s teams. Just having a little gander through the stats here. It's going to shape up as a real arm wrestle, I think, this one.
Yeah, I think so too. As I mentioned, a couple of boys back from injury I'm really looking forward to seeing in Stephen Stafford And Jai Doherty in particular, those two have been playing unreal before they were hurt. Simon Bevan's another one that if you get a chance, watch him on and off the ball today. He plays halfback for the Pride. He is, for a young kid, I don't think I've ever seen a young half as composed.
He's just so calm and controlled out there. He knows what he wants, and his teammates respect him enough to do it, when he asks.
Main game kicking off at 6 p.m. today. Safest Chinfat got the nod last week, played fullback. He'll get the start again today. Looking forward to seeing him in the flesh for the first time today as our 20s are about to kick off. And the Sunshine Coast Falcons out onto the field. Big good day to you if you're down south in Maroochydore. It's about my knowledge of the Sunshine Coast.
Oh, yeah, well, Budrum.
There you go. Well done. And
there you go, Caboolture. I don't know.
I don't think that counts as the Sunshine Coast, so it's between Brisbane.
There you go.
The Northern Pride onto the field now. Number 17 for Nongaloa make his way onto the bench. Has he gotten bigger? I think he has. Maybe he's got his head strapped up this week. Just makes him look tougher.
No, he's definitely grown.
It'll be the Pride kicking off. They'll be running left to right on your screens today. As I mentioned, this is all made thanks possible, I should say, all thanks to C-Swift, keeping Northern Australia connected. They do a wonderful job. We're going to catch up with those guys a little bit later on as well. Just about ready to get underway. Still time to get down to Barlow Park. As I said, the main game kicking off at 6. Our under-20s moments away. And we're underway around 16. The Falcons will have first chance with the ball. Almost in the West Tigers jerseys of old, aren't they?
Quite like them. I don't mind them, to be honest.
Aaron Nelson in the 5th of the 20s today. Bergen to dummy half. Finiasa with the first charge for the Pride, and he's met with strong contact on the Falcons forwards. Bevan turns our boy from the NT inside. A strong first run from him. That's Matty Moyle. I know Matty's family are watching today in the NT, so big good day to you guys. Bit of ball playing there. I like that from Jake McCarthy. And the Pride take the ball over halfway. A lot of wrestling the tackle. I don't like Tom McGrath with a normal haircut. Doesn't work for me. Ball just out in front from Bevan. I don't know that Matty Moyle was expecting it. And not the end of the set that we wanted there. The fullback looking in for some work. You won't miss him today in that bright green headgear, Luke Murtagh. Falcons asserting their dominance early, Rowan.
Zach Green again. He's made a couple good runs out of dummy half, catching the markers off guard. Keep an eye on him.
There's Murtagh again. Goes to his halfback, decides to hold it, Jack Wright. And first real opportunity of the game will go to the Falcons. It's on tackle 3. Again, hitting and spinning. That's Rowan Jardine that'll play the ball. The bright blonde hair. They come to this far side. Nice looking kick from McLaughlin, but way too much on it in the end. Rolls a long way deep.
Just too much there. The execution again, probably letting the Falcons down.
You know what it is? It looked okay with the boot because I think they're so used to a wet track here. Kicking game is going to be interesting today, I think. Because the ball won't sit up, it will roll on. It is when it's dry at Barlow Park, it's a particularly fast track.
I've scored a few runaway tries myself on this one.
Have you ever played here once?
I
I think I played an exhibition game when I was a kid. That's
there
about
you
it.
go.
Bevan.
Enough about us.
No, plenty on us. Most of my games were playing at field number 3 at Ivanhoe's. Furthest one away, so they couldn't see us. Bo Berg with an early dart. Always good signs when you see him running the ball. Tom McGrath are going to dummy half. And it'll be Bevan to kick just outside the 40. Drives it low and hard, and Murtagh from the back will bring it back for the Falcons. Can't tell if I love or hate that headgear yet. I'll make a decision at half time.
I know what I think of it.
Well, at least we can spot him. That's a clever run there from Tom Dwan until he's destroyed by Tom McGrath. Looked like he was held in that tackle, but didn't really make an effort to get up, did he? And the first penalty of the game does go the Falcons' way. Some
nice work there from the Falcons on the ground, I think. Tommy McGrath just taking a little bit of time to get off.
Winning this early battle, aren't they, the Falcons?
Indeed. When they met last time, it was the Pride who ran away, 26-10 winners. Interesting stat. Falcons have actually never beaten the Pride in the 20s level. 3 games played, 3 wins to the Pride.
Shouldn't have said that. It'll be your fault if it goes the wrong way. So that pass looked flat at best. We'll say it's fine. Jack Wright wrapped up with the ball. Bit of miscommunication between him and Zach Green. Green it is again with the ball now. Jardine's been busy early in both defence and attack. Hard to wrap up, but Matty Moyle just does that with Tommy McGrath helping at the back. Play the ball okay, the referee says. Didn't look great. And a centering run from Liero. Jack Wright goes through the hands. Nice bit of footwork. And I think the Falcons have first points through Tom Dwan. Popped off the left, skipped over. I think the defence could have done a bit better there.
Just seemed to find a way through, didn't he?
Numbers were there, but I just don't know that we matched up how we could have. And Tommy Dwan, it is the first 4-pointer of this one.
Got a bit of grimace on his face there. Not
It
sure.
looks sore, doesn't he?
Just might have copped a knock in the act of scoring as we have another look.
Yeah. I think Simon Bevan just overcommitted.
There's a nice little step back on the inside from Dwan.
And Tokarahi is the other one involved in that miss, unfortunately. The debutant. A few of them today in the 20s for the Pride.
Thanks, mate.
And take the conversions today for the Sunshine Coast. It will be Jackie Wright.
Hey, Jeb, do you want us before or after on a 40-20?
Before or after? What do you mean,
Yeah,
mate?
so on that outside call you had?
Well, they had all
You want me to let you
the
go
momentum in the early period, haven't they?
Okay,
That's
mate.
right.
Yeah, you can't say they didn't deserve that. They've really dominated the first 6 minutes of this one.
It's probably, made a meal of their first couple of chances, you could probably say, but, stuck at it and they've gotten the reward.
I thought he'd shanked that at first, but it looked good.
Yeah, very nice off the boot.
Jack Wright adds the extras. 6 points. The Sunshine Coast Falcons lead your Northern Pride 0. Pride TV all made possible every single home game, all thanks to our friends at C-Swift, keeping Northern Australia connected and doing a lot of work with rugby league in the northern parts of Australia. Very thankful for them helping us out this season and keeping us in a job too. That's always a plus.
Obviously, the Pride had a tough win last week against the Mustangs, Western Mustangs. Just the 1-point victory, 17-16. The field goal from Jai Doherty, the difference.
We must have got better than Mustangs because I think we pants them earlier this year.
Arms are out.
I know we romped them on the under-18s, that's for sure. Bo Berg hat-trick, I believe.
That's right. Strong carry from Aaron Nelson to start this set, and then the try scorer, Tommy Dwan, after a juggle, makes another 12 metres. Finiasa involved in the tackle.
Forward.
And forward pass is the call, and the Pride will have a chance to hit straight back. Your coach always says when you score points, you must complete the next set. The Sunshine Coast have not done that on this occasion.
Yeah, there was a hint of maybe one, a line ball in the last set, so just got to get their runs timed a bit better there, the Falcons.
Some big boppers for them. This bloke including that. White Reynolds, one tackled there, but Aaron Nelson, the number 15, starting in the front row. He's a man mountain.
Seconds and locks, you guys are going to go in your spots.
Where do they find these under-20s?
I think you just feed them a lot of spinach. Just feed them spinach for a year and they just bulk up.
I've never been that big in my life, let alone as a teenager.
I have, but it's just fat. Unfortunately, I am a member of the 100 kilo club. Simon Bevan is not, and he's driven backwards there.
Stand! Hold!
Bergen to dummy half. Holds it and then hands it off to Finiasa. You'd like seeing that from your hooker. Put your body on the line. Finiasa ended up picking up about 12 metres from it too. This is Moyle, the Palmerston boy.
15, stand square.
On debut. Had an error early. That's a strong run there though. Berg again.
Outside.
Comes out to Bevan.
Outside.
Doherty. Hint of an obstruction, but he decides to dive with the ball. Rameka just over. Sorry, it was Lukey overran that one.
Hold! Go 4.
Berg. Short ball. It's Jacob McCarthy.
Tackle release! Try line!
I like him. He's very tough in the middle.
Go, last tackle.
Yeah, big tall boy. Simon Bevan. That pass just out in front of him. The kick looks okay. But nice bit of work at the back from Luke Murtagh, who covered that one well.
Markers are good.
And the Sunshine Coast have the ball back. a set that didn't really threaten from the Pride, just maybe sort of sussing out that Falcons line.
Yeah, didn't really throw a lot at him there, but chance to now do some work in defence and get some field position.
You can tell early days Bevan will be driving about 90% of the attack today. Doherty there to help out, but it is Simon Bevan's side. Dwan, the try scorer, good footwork again. He's been very strong early.
Go 5.
On the last, they'll kick just outside the 30. A Torpy, who attempted anyway.
Wow.
The bounce is horrible for Jaconia. He does well though.
Okay, he's run 10, you're all on.
Weighs up his options. He's run a long way backwards here, and that's going to hurt him.
6, hands
On
away.
the 15-metre line he's taken after starting it on about the 22.
Just conceded a few metres there, not ideal.
Stand up. Hold. Go 2, 1 marker.
Bevan goes into dummy half. Gee, Stephen Stafford's big for a winger. I haven't seen him in a while. I saw him at the gym the other day.
Out together. Markers in.
He's put on some size.
Was he benching or what was he doing?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I was struggling. Doing PT, trying to lose the gut. I wasn't paying too much attention.
12,
Damien Berg, infield, looking for some work, helping out his forwards. Berg,
Go 4.
just outside the 40, shaped kick, doesn't do so. Goes to one of our debutants in Tokarahi.
Give space.
Strong contact on him, though. He doesn't go too far. It'll be Doherty to kick.
Right needs 10.
That is quite the
Right side,
torpy.
give 10.
The spiral on that was sensational, as was the take. Blake Wilson.
Just lost his footing there.
He did. I thought he might actually hurt himself at first, but he's okay. Luke Murtagh, the fullback, in again looking for work. Busy little player, and they've got the ball on the second, taken to their halfway line. So the Falcons are winning this battle at the stage, and the scoreboard reflects that. 6-0, Falcons over the Pride.
Hold.
Need a
Go
bit
3.
inspiration here, the Pride early. They come short side, not much on.
11,
Wright steps
hands
back
away.
inside, and he's
Hold out.
taken on the
Wait.
Pride 35-metre
Go
line.
4.
Green now. A couple of the big boppers combining, and it would be Aaron Nelson
Last tackle, move
taken
now.
on the last.
Hold. Go 12, you're not square.
They're going to come out again to Jack Wright to
Jason's
kick.
line, all on.
The kick is a horrible bounce for Giacone. He's got to clean up at the back. There's a chance here.
Seen the grounding, mate. I've got knock on by Falcons. Okay,
And it's knocked on by the Falcons. They've just been let off. How bad was that bounce of poor Giaconia?
Thanks, mate.
Disadvantages of being a short fullback there.
He's had him in all sorts.
He's a bit sore too.
Wait here.
There's
In the
Brandon.
middle, please. with your
Coaches,
foot.
Sunny Coast coaches box going off next door.
Is that who's banging? That was Craig Bellamy.
11, stand up. Hold
There's
here.
a bounce there.
Hold.
Poor bugger.
Hold. Go 0.
Tell you what, it's very lucky. We'll take it though. Pride over the ball now. That's the first tackle. This is, of course, a 7-tackle set.
Go 2, Marcus, get there.
Berg
That's 1. Yes,
goes
yes,
out the back to
confirming 1.
Finiasa.
Thanks, mate.
Finiasa's taken
Roll clear. Play it with your foot.
just past
Go
the 40.
2. That's better from
Berg goes himself again, picks up 10 metres, a little bit more.
2 in. Stand together. Here, Coast. Hold. Hold.
Bevan
Go,
back
3.
into dummy half now. Finiasa hands it off to Tom McGrath. Hint of high contact there. He pushes through it and he picks up about 12, 13 metres.
Markers in. Hold. Go 4.
This is on the 4th now. Doherty's decided to
Left
kick.
alongside. Good
It's
to the
a
left.
shank, but
Bounce.
may
Bounce.
just work.
Still
Oh, it
line.
has.
Stay
I
on.
tell you
Wow.
what, Jai Doherty will tell you he
Good
meant
catch.
that, but he absolutely
Still on.
butchered that kick.
Everyone's up.
He shook it in his head
Clock
too.
Poor old Lukey Myrtle. He didn't know what to do.
That's one of those ones.
He couldn't do anything else, could he?
No.
Mate, on behind the line.
For all money, looked like it was going out. Looked like it was
15
going into next
seconds.
week.
Behind the ball.
He almost kicked that to Edmonton. Well, repeat set. We'll take it. Pride with a chance. Drop kick, a lot of airtime, not a lot of distance. Giacone on the run does well to
Wow,
take it.
Good take.
Hard in my mouth there.
That speed.
Finiasa.
9 off the ball.
And
Play
we're only
with your
20
foot.
metres out from the Falcons line here. Chance to hit back after all the early momentum was with the Falcons. The Pride, just an opportunity to set up camp here. Tommy McGrath on the second.
Hold. Go 2.
Berg. Nice little bit of ball playing there from the man on debut, Matty Moyle.
Space.
Looks good out on that edge.
Doesn't he? And it's Tokarahi, another debutant he combined with there. That went very close. Berg, Bevan. Bevan, high to Finiasa. Speaking of high, that contact looks like it was.
Hey, relax.
And a bit of treatment afterwards as well.
11.
About 3 penalties and 1 tackle from Trent Liero. Liero? I think that's what it is anyway. We'll go with that.
Penalties here for high contact.
He's not where you want to give him away either.
He's okay, Finiata.
What are we doing, gents? You're going to tap? Okay, good anyway.
Sun is out. The boys are getting their water in.
Let's go, 9.
They're going to be buggered today, I reckon.
Let's go, mate. Tap it. Thank you.
They'll be barking the instructions.
I've never seen him so animated.
12, give space.
He's cranky ever since Tom McGrath cut off his mullet. Mullet brothers.
Outside.
It's just not the same anymore. Bevan.
Outside.
Doherty juggles. Lukey does well to hang on to the pass inside. Rolls with it. Bumps off a couple too. Jeez, he's strong for his size, isn't he?
Loving the second row pairing of Lukey and Moyle. Looking very strong early on.
Big lanky boys, but strong lads. Bevan again out the back. Doherty shaped to kick. Almost a goosey.
Goosey.
Use the line.
Campy will be proud.
Woodward McDennan Kemp is the king of social media at the moment, the ex-Bronco. Strong run there from McCarthy. Puts a dent in the line.
Outside.
Pass again just behind Bevan, not quite getting the service he wants at this stage. Moyle is taken. He'll play the ball on the last. Berg goes himself on the last. And he's wrapped up. Hands in the air at the back. I'm not sure that was the option.
Maybe that's what he was barking out before. Boys are going to have a dig here.
Wait there, please.
Something tells me no. I don't think Simon Bevan was particularly happy there.
Yeah, I just want to take one more back for me, please.
Tell you what, if you're not going to give your playmakers the ball on the last tackle, you better make sure you score. There's a low ball early from Nelson. Good hands.
Wise words, Elliot.
Thank you.
One more step, 12.
To be honest, if I was playing, I'd be selfish, but it's easy to say from up here. It's a strong run.
Go to.
And the Falcons making easy meters again. They've called Moyle square, so it's good work from him. Makes another tackle.
Hold.
There's Dwan. He's been very dangerous. They were onto him that time.
Got good footwork.
On the ball.
This is this bloke.
One in. Off the ball.
I haven't quite got his number on screen, but he ran strongly before. Number 3 is Kane Jackson. Strong contact there. That's got to be Tom McGrath. It is.
Go 5. Nothing late.
No one hits as hard as the number 20. It's not that I've seen anyway. Jaconia takes this one comfortably. No rotten bounces when you take it on the full. Hop and a skip, and he picks up an easy 15-16 metres. Good bit of work from the one.
Go 1.
Stafford.
15, mate. Thanks, mate. 11
Reminds me of Ryan Hall, the winger for the Roosters. Just a big unit.
There you go.
And he's picked up his team a penalty. Good stuff. Look at the pull-ups on him. I sometimes have to remind myself that these kids are only, well, some of them are only 17, but 17, 18, 19.
Ridiculous, to be honest.
Makes me feel like even more of a failure as a human being. But story for another day. There he is. Big Stafford.
Wait for the
Although I should be looking, but look at the rump on it. Here we go.
Let's go.
There you go.
New set for the... Did that recover from that? Lukey will play the ball.
Square markers.
You were thinking it, you just didn't say it.
It's all happening.
Berg
Barlow.
and half. Oh,
Big
strong
shot.
contact. Jake McCarthy's dropped that one.
No.
Not on.
And a chance goes begging again for the Pride.
We could have let it go there.
Sunshine Coast speed.
Real to knock on, I think.
He just never quite had that one, McCarthy. You could tell it was about to pop
That
out
is.
with any sort of contact, and it was strong.
Last one was good. Hookers, any drums over the top.
Frustrating start for the Pride,
Seconds
but they're
lost,
still
you
in the
bring it all
arm wrestle, only
together.
down 6-0. 17 minutes remain first half.
Good work, gents. Yep.
You can tell he's just trying to bring it and gather it properly, wouldn't he? The ball again, just out the back.
Really good. Just stay there, mate. Wait for the in call. 2 hands and square.
A few of the boys on
All
the
in,
bench for
mate.
the Pride warming up now.
Thank you.
Got a large and in charge gentleman in front of me, so I can't see all of them, but looks like Fnongaloa's good to go. Quadzilla. And it's a penalty to the
Not you,
Falcons.
Simon, the 4.
Little piggyback. They'll take that with both hands, the
behind you,
Falcons.
Marks on the line, hey?
You know, I've gone 18 minutes
there.
without whinging about refereeing
Thanks,
today,
Jeff,
so they
behind,
must be
mate.
doing a good job.
Yes, I'm quite surprised.
Thanks, Guy.
It's going
On the
well.
white line.
Let's not get too carried
Wait for
away
the
just
tap.
yet, though.
I was going to say.
Hold on my right.
Would you a shocker?
Plenty
No,
more.
we are very thankful to the
Don't
men
balk
and
it.
women in
Wait
yellow.
there.
They do a
No, no.
terrific job. Game wouldn't be made
You're gonna
possible
balk it,
without
I'm
them,
not going to wait for you.
but I
Back
still
here.
do. An attacking opportunity after
Time
a
back
good
on.
kick. They're inside the 40 of the Pride.
Now. Lock
It'll be
in.
Green into dummy
Hold.
half.
Hold. Go 1.
First we've really seen of Stephen Borg today. The 12.
2 in.
Strong carry. He's a massive unit, Aaron Nelson. There's a penalty there. I'm not
Come out.
sure what for.
I'm going to explain it, mate. Just come in here, please, mate.
We'll have a listen.
Simon.
Take the 12 away.
Thanks, mate. Let's go away. Thanks, gents.
I've jinxed the referee.
It's an unconventional tackle, and you are allowed to use your leg to bring a player to the ground. What happens is he ends up in a dangerous position because his head and neck hits the ground first. That's why I think it's dangerous. It's going to go on report, and that's why we've got the penalty.
He wasn't both horizontal, was he?
That's not what I define as dangerous. The dangerous part is that he hits his head and neck on the ground first as a result of his actions. Penalties here.
It's actually really well explained. I can understand that. Unfortunate one because there was no malice in the tackle, but as the referee said, he must have fallen back and hit his head pretty
What are you
hard.
going to do, mate? Tap or kick for touch?
Did Nelson.
10, please.
Interesting battle
When you're
between
ready,
the
mate,
big
let's
boppers today. Front rowers on both sides doing a good job. Here's another one of them now.
Roll
Wyatt
clear.
Reynolds.
Right here. Go one.
Play the ball. They go to this far side. Shapes to pass. Does John McLaughlin. Dives to the ball. He's inside the 10 though.
Hold. Go 2.
Real opportunity for the Falcons to post more points. Reynolds again.
Hands away, headgear.
Finiasa involved in that one with Moyle. Go at the back. Murtagh to the first try scorer who now has a double. Tom Dwan. Geez, that looked very easy. It's been awarded.
Just didn't seem to number up there.
No, this right side defence of the Pride is just struggling. There are a couple of debutants out there, and it could be a communication issue, as you know. Trying to work out those relationships early days can be difficult, but Dwan is making them pay.
Thanks, mate.
Credit to the Falcons too. They saw some success down there earlier, decided to try their hand again, and as we see, Dwan.
He was a long way infield, was Tokarai. Just, I think that's a trust issue. Trusting the man
mate,
next year that he's going to make that tackle. And that'll come with experience. Geez, he's taken this ball back a long way.
Certainly has.
Jack Wright's going to try and kick this from the 30.
I'm intrigued here. This would be a good one. I don't want to put any sort of Mickey on him, but
No, wouldn't dare. He's
not-
got the. You ever see the movie Pulp Fiction? You know, Flock of Seagulls haircut.
Going good, mate.
Didn't end well for that character, unfortunately. But same
As far
same.
as I can see, I can't. Nothing to give.
Okay.
Off the back of that penalty given away unintentionally, but it's still come back to bite us,
very short run up,
isn't
too.
it? And it doesn't look good when he strikes them, but he's knocked them both over. I'll take nothing away from him. Jack Wright's had a good
That's
start to this
fantastic.
one. Flock of Seagulls has them up 12 points to 0. The Pride plenty to work to do to get back into this one. Good news is still plenty of time left. 14 remaining in the first half.
Never seen anyone kick like that
No,
before.
me neither.
He's had 1.5 steps and banged it from 30 metres. Fantastic.
Obviously got strong calves. Finiasa's having a break. Tasman McRobbie's coming on.
Behind the
Been busy
ball.
to start this one. Plenty of defence in particular to do. Doherty gets us back underway. It's a deep kickoff. Good one though. Murtagh hands it off. And good strong contact there on Ty James. It just looked like he stopped and propped before hitting contact there. Oh, that's pretty poor. We'll take it.
Big
Blake
chance.
Wilson put it down. Big chance indeed.
We're the 10.
Make it sing here. Tasman McRobbie, his first touch.
Clear now.
He's wrestled around, still gets a quick play the ball. Bo Berg goes 2 passes wide. Oh, looking for a meat pie on debut was Tokarahi. Would have loved that. Not too far away. He's had a couple of chances. Berg to Bevan, to McGrath in the centre of the field, looking for an offload. Decides to dive with it.
Here we are.
And the Pride with an opportunity to hit back through Bevan. Bevan back inside. Tasman McRobbie, good hands. He's taken.
Stand up, headman. Use the line.
Fanungaloa about to come on for the Pride as well.
Go 4.
Berg going to this far side. Doherty. Goosey.
Last tackle. Give space.
He's still learning in that 6 roll.
Hold. Go 5.
Berg on the last. Goes to Bevan. A terrible pass again.
offside.
The kick's not bad.
Surrender. Sorry, gents.
But the Falcons survive again through Liero diving on that one.
Falcons
Good
goal line
contact.
defence.
Good contact. Oh,
Hold.
sorry,
Release.
Rowan.
Go 2.
No, you just a bit rude.
Oh, here we go. Fanungaloa has just crushed Luke Murtagh, who says, "Welcome to the
Go
jungle."
3.
And he's on the field. And I think that means Jake McCarthy has come off. He has.
Don't lock him in. Hold. Go for. Marcus realigned. Last tackle.
He's Falcons. Oh.
13, that's a flop, mate. The tackle's completed by him, you flop in.
Can we get another look at that? I was unsure there, but on the last, I think you were about to say, Rowan, that was a good set in defence from the Pride.
Stay behind him, guys.
Ah,
There, mate.
just got the flop there on Tommy McGrath. Made famous by
be
one
out.
Nathan Hindmarsh.
Thanks, guy.
Any chance for a power reference, eh?
Thank you. Right side, come on here.
the boys.
Right side.
Here it
We'll
is.
have a look
Wait
here.
for the foot. Good.
Good
Well,
shot.
Yeah, probably not necessary. Fair enough.
That's fine.
I've seen worse.
Off the ball. Mark is in. Hold.
Moyle involved in that
Hold.
tackle.
Go
Borg
on.
plays the ball slowly. And the 14 is Mongoloa. He's on a
17,
mission.
stand.
Elams has been crunched this time.
Hold.
I think he
Go
might
to.
want his starting spot back.
Outside,
go at the
no
back.
obstruction. Outside.
Two passes wide.
1, 2.
Pride defence is much more assured on this left side than it is the
Roll
other.
clear. Hold here.
Expect
Go,
the
free.
Falcons to
Nine,
try
you're
it. Oh
offside.
no, they've gone short side.
Now, mate. Not
Yeah,
gone.
good contact.
Going to
And they
0.
survived that one.
Okay, no advantage.
And it's
So not
Campanolo.
gone. There's
No
no
advantage.
advantage.
We'll get the ball back.
We'll go out for a scrum.
Yeah, if you're
No,
the
mate, knock
Falcons,
one's
you've
off
got to
you
be
guys.
coming to this other side every time at this stage. They've gone down there twice and scored both times.
There, gents.
I just want to see Fanongaloa hurt
I'm
more
going to
people.
cut this one, Will.
He's on a
Bring it
mission
together,
today.
seconds and
He'll be
locks.
putting his hand up for a few runs
We
in
need
this
everyone
set, I'd
heads all the
say.
way in. Work. Pride,
Sweetheart.
second row, 17.
Fanongaloa,
Right,
follow
mate.
him on
Thank
Instagram.
you.
Always posting
There's
about
your
his
tunnel, mate.
girlfriend.
Going through the first
Big,
one.
scary looking,
Yep.
but hard to
Hang on,
goal.
hang on, no, stop. You had it right the first time, mate. That leg forward.
They
Good.
celebrated an
There's your tunnel,
anniversary
mate.
the
All
other
in.
day.
Oh, very nice.
True romantic.
Out together!
Probably a bit of work to do to get out of their own end here. Bevan will go into dummy half. Moyle goes a pass wide. I like that early. Linking up with Tokarahi.
Nice, giving him that
we are.
opportunity to, take a man
Go to.
one-on-one there.
One mark.
Oi, good hands. Well held on to by Tom McGrath. On the field now is Zane Knowles in the 14.
Here and hold. Hold!
Skipped out for Nongaloa twice
Go,
there. He's
3.
trying to get
He wants the ball.
it. There he is again.
Although the more energy he has when he doesn't hold the ball, it means the more he can
Out
hurt
together
people. So I'm
again! Mark is straight!
not too worried about it. Lukey
Go
will
for it.
play it this time. Knowles, here he is. Isaiah, the big romantic, busts through a couple.
There he
Here he goes.
Fine. Mark,
Quadzilla's
tackle.
taken.
Go.
That's a great run. Doherty
Outside.
Left good.
Good to the
looking
left.
potentially for a touch finder. Won't get it. Good hands.
It's fine, it's fine.
And
chase.
great defence.
Surrender!
Well, they're going to wrestle him out there. Blake Wilson will play it.
Hold. Go 1.
Hands have failed him once. He was okay there, though. This bloke looks about 13.
17, hands away!
That's Lagiata.
Go 2.
First we've really seen of him today.
12,
Strong
up and
runs.
square!
Kane Jackson again, wasn't it?
Hold. Go
Yeah, in
3.
off his centre.
Just tucks it under the wing and heads for
He
it.
run. Oh,
Nice.
lovely
It's
ball.
a
They're
three.
away here. Jack Wright.
Touch by Pride.
The touch from
No
Moyle
touch,
may
play on.
prove
Play
important.
on.
They're saying play on.
Touch.
And again,
Okay.
what's going to happen here?
Listen, it is knocked forward by the Sunshine Coast here. There's a knock on there by the Pride player. Sunshine, a Pride feed, sorry.
Have we? I think we might have got away with that one. So I'm fairly sure Moyle's not that, about 10 metres forward. To be fair to the ref, there was a lot going on there.
forward,
And
please.
it's going to be a Pride ball. They're a bit stiff there, the Falcons, I think.
Lock. Thanks, mate.
I think he's got it
Go,
right.
come together. Come on. Come on. Sunshine Coast lock. Bring that
That's the
foot
touch
forward,
there
please.
from
Outside
Moyle,
foot.
which has definitely gone forward.
Closest to me, bring this outside foot
I think
forward.
this is he's missed that
There you
one
go,
and
mate.
he's
There's
called
your
this
tunnel.
knock on
Two
there.
hands.
Yeah,
Ball in.
I think.
Out.
Anyway,
We move on. Oh dear, Campanolo moved into the centres
Stand,
today.
second square.
Strong contact there from White Reynolds,
Hold. Go 1.
who has not had a break yet. He's been strong to start. Fanongaloa
Big hold here, Jed. Yeah, mate.
doesn't bust through as many this time. Still takes 3 to stop him.
Hold.
He's on the 40.
Go 2.
Zane Knowles.
How were they? Better?
Knowles to Burke, who's come in field for a bit of work. And first chance we have to say, I was going to say out on, oh, it's lovely bit of work. Because Burke had gone in field, Jaconi had pushed to a wing. It was obviously a set move. It looked good too.
Hold.
Tokarahi's taken. Knowles. Bevan. And I think that's Mick Robbie, centre field.
Out together, Coast. Hold.
Wrestled onto his back for a long time.
Go forward. Don't lock him in.
Knowles
On
to
forward.
Bevan. Bevan on the
That
fourth
contact
decides to
line.
kick.
All on side. Thank you.
And it'll give his forwards a bit of a breather.
Thanks, guy.
And
Scrum
we
it
can
here.
have one too.
Another
Post feed.
pretty decent set there.
It's been a high quality game. Falcons obviously the better side, but Pride well and truly still in this.
Because they'd love a try before half time just to make it really interesting.
A couple of weeks ago, our last home game here, the boys did that right on half time. It was a scrum move, and Connor Rothery, I can remember scoring the corner, not playing today. So they'll search for inspiration elsewhere, but still 6 minutes to go, first half here.
Same for me, 14.
Don't forget the main game tonight, 6 p.m. Indigenous round 2. Looking forward to that.
2 hands for me, mate. I'm going to shortcut here, guy. Ball in, Jack. Out.
Another chance to muscle up in defence here for the Pride. Falcons seem to be making those early meters. As you see, another quick play the ball there.
Hands away, head gear. Hold here. Hold. Go
Fanonga
two.
in looking to hurt people again. Oh, he should
Play
have been
on.
tackled there. That is a good
Play
run.
on.
Still going.
Release him now.
Reynolds. Just come on in the last 5 minutes. They're saying this pass
Ben.
might have been forward. Yeah, it didn't look too bad to me. McLaughlin got it away in time, I think. Fair enough.
Fresh legs, that's what you want out of them coming on.
And he ran at some tied forwards too. 16 points to 0 now. The Falcons lead over the Pride. First half of this one. Still plenty of time is the good news, but the Sunshine Coast look a pretty good outfit today.
Just out one more step for us, Jack. Thanks, mate.
It's been interesting to see how much of a difference missing you and Moore has made for the Pride. Of course, went up to the senior side. Unfortunately, injury has ended his season, but geez, he was a stalwart in the second row for the Pride, and they have missed him since he's been out.
On that 10-metre info, I needed that strong hold. I could feel those blokes around me, so it's good that we're all seeing the same thing. Got about 4 minutes left, so let's just stay really focused, really sharp, keep our urgency up. Keep giving me that
Jack
info
Wright, have a look at his goal-kicking style. I've never
Good
seen
work,
anything
mate.
like
Keep
it
working
before, but he's 2 for 2 so far. He gives himself absolutely no momentum into the ball, but he's obviously a strong lad 'cause he has plenty of power behind it still. 1, 2. It's just 2 steps, and then it's straight through. He can kick him. He's quite a player, is Jack Wright. 18-0, the Falcons lead. 3 minutes remain, first half. We'll send Rowan down sideline. At the end of this half too, catch up with some of the boys, see what they can do in the second half to make up this points differential. Tough start this one though for the 20s. Someone's got to be the hero today.
Behind the kick.
And Doherty goes the short kickoff. Has he got an... Oh, Lukey almost got that.
So you take his opportunity away to catch the ball cleanly.
In fact, someone's been taken off the ball here, so it's a Pride penalty. So I didn't mind the idea there. They caught him off guard, and the Pride will have an opportunity before half-time to score points.
10. Mate, go. Don't balk it. Relax, relax. Here you go, mate. Tap it with your foot. Time back on. Let's go.
Fanongaloa charges with venom.
Out now, 30!
He's 25 metres out,
Hold!
and he'll play the ball.
Go one.
It's been good since coming on. Did miss a tackle in the lead up to that last try, though. Knowles to McGrath. He's taken 15 out.
Marcus! Hold!
Can they put a crack in this Falcons defence, which has been very good. There's been a few opportunities down here, but they've survived so far. Bevan, I thought he'd held that. Jeez, he sold it.
Release the ball, 14!
Moyle.
Hold.
He's taken down.
Go three.
Knowles again to Mick Robbie. Mick Robbie's taken.
Stand up! Hold. Go 4.
It's on the 4th. What have they got here? Bevan goes out the back. Doherty through the hands this time.
Still going.
Campanolo bounces off one. Can't get rid of another, but he does get the ball away. Knowles, some footwork. He's dropped the ball. And the Falcons' defence stands up again.
Scrum here. Sorry.
The trainer's behind you, Jeb.
Yeah, mate. He's right. Let's go, gents. On the 10, please,
Just
guys.
a few
Take
hands
step
on
back
hips
for me,
here
please.
from the Pride.
Thanks
Still
very
plenty
much.
of time
Come
in this
forward,
one.
The line's the middle.
Hopefully Dave Scott can get into the area at half-time.
We've got 6 here. Let's work in. Come on, guys. We need one more as well. Lock.
It'll be
Thanks,
McLaughlin to feed
You're
the
on the
scrum
outside
for
here.
the Falcons.
No, swap it up. Yep, because it's coast feed. Thank you. No box. Come on, 5. All the way, mate. Come on. Head in. There you go, mate. 2 hands, ball in.
Minute remaining, first half. Falcons to work it out of their own end. They go 2 passes wide to Jardine. He's taken down.
Here and hold, Pride. Hold. Go 1.
Or rather, I think that might have been Stephen Borg.
Heads away.
Ty James with it this time. He's taken down
Go 2.
by Knowles. They come back to this short side. The man with the double, Tommy Dwan.
Hands away.
He's had a strong start. He's got a sore head here too. I think he was
Go
trying to
3.
milk a penalty there.
Hey,
Fanongaloa is not the man you want to pick a fight with, but they're through here again, the Sunshine Coast. Murtagh decides to kick. I'm not sure Wright was onside. They're saying play on at this stage.
He grounds that.
It's been grounded.
By the Pride. Yep. 6 more.
Onside is okay, and a 4-pointer right on half-time has made things even more difficult for the Pride. Murtagh, a good kick. I didn't know that Wright was onside. We'll get another look at that. He might have been okay. Either way, it doesn't matter. On the scoreboard, it says he scores. It's 22-0.
Don't start the half-time clock. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. I'll see you soon.
Stashing this play the ball. Dwan again, not the bloke I'd be trying to fight. It's Fanongaloa. The pass inside. Murtagh away. Let's have a look. He looks to kick. Oh, no, it's fair enough.
Mate,
He is
no,
onside. Well done,
Yeah.
Jack Wright. Burke, who'd moved back to fullback, just couldn't compete. Does well to pick it up. It is 22-0. Been perfect with the
Yeah,
boots
mate,
so
yeah.
far too, as Jack Wright. He's had an outstanding day. Got 10 points to his tally already. This to make it 12. He'll take his time, and then we'll be at half-time with it all to do for the Northern Pride.
Have we still got a shot clock here, Jeb?
No, mate. No.
Taking up all the time in the world is he, Jack White. Right, I should say. He's earned it. He's had a cracking first half. 1-2. Bangs it over. It's 24-0. The Sunshine Coast Falcons over the Northern Pride. Dave Scott
Yeah, Jack, I
and his
understand where you're
lads with
coming
it
from, but
all
in
to
my
do
opinion,
in the
his
second
head
half.
just gets caught and there's no pressure applied.
Well, I think we're just about ready to cross down on field. Rowan's going to catch up with one of the boys down there. Rowan, over to you, mate.
Yeah, just down here with Jacob McCarthy, mate. How's he finding it out in the middle there?
Yeah, look, it's competitive in the middle there. They got some big forwards in the middle, but I think we're doing it right in the first half. But yeah, there's a few things we need to work on, which will be
Just a few late tries there probably, hurt the chances. What's the things you want to regroup with at half time?
I think it's just tighten up in the middle there. As I said, they got big forwards, so we just need to get numbers in and just work them in the middle.
And obviously coming up from the under 18s, enjoying the level of 20s.
Yeah, it's good. It's much better. It's especially good to get a start as well. Not a lot of Malmaninga players get the start, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good speed and good contact and those.
No, I love what you're doing out there, man. I'll let you get in there. Thank you. Back up to you, Elliot. Cheers.
Thank you, Rowan. Look, it is all to do for the Pride in the second half. In the under-20s here, the Falcons 24, the Northern Pride 0. We'll take a short break and come back with more after this. Welcome back to Barlow Park, round 16. Today you are witnessing the Northern Pride take on the Sunshine Coast Falcons, our under-20s game. We are halfway through. Not a good start in this one, unfortunately. My name's Elliot Lovejoy, joined by Rowan Sparks. And Rowan, at half-time, the Falcons lead 24 points to 0.
Yeah, well, it wasn't looking too bad with about 5 minutes to go there. I think it was 12-0. And then, yeah, a couple of late tries to the Falcons. Just saw them extend that lead to 24-0 at the break.
What's concerning is our middles look really tight.
Yeah, I'm not... Possibly it's probably the hottest day they've had to play on up here. But, I mean, you know, we're used to that sort of stuff, aren't we?
Yeah, look, positives are a couple of the debutants, Matty Moyle in particular. I think the second rower have looked pretty good. Ezra Tokarahi's had a couple of strong runs, but it has been noticeable, they're both on this right side of defence, is that they are getting used to each other. A couple of tries scored there by Tommy Dwan, the centre from the Falcons. Yeah,
and I think that's just what you touched on earlier, that communication and that trust that you sort of build up with the man next to you. It just happens through playing more footy together, I suppose, and I think they're just working that out at the moment.
Good to see some of the 20s coming through. You caught up with Jakey McCarthy, who had a fairly decent start. Oh, that hot dog looks good. Yes, get into
He's
that,
getting
mate.
into it too.
Isn't he? He didn't muck around. He's enjoying it.
See if we can get a few of those in, or...
Mate, I'm waiting. Not one hot dog delivery all year, but it could be because they're trying to slim us down. I'm not 100% sure. Second half, not far away, getting underway. But, of course, the main game tonight, Barlow Park, 6 p.m. The Northern Pride take on the Sunshine Coast Falcons. The first-place Falcons, who only had their first loss of the season. It was just last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, to Redcliffe Dolphins. In an interesting game, too. I think it was 14-10, the end score. And it was actually 4 penalty goals to the Dolphins in that one. So
they the Falcons have just been the front runners of the competition the whole time and taken a few people from surprise. But it probably isn't to people that read into it, because a lot of them are training with the Storm, with Craig Bellamy, and
That's right.
whoever Bellamy is, he just the systems that are underneath him, they just seem to work.
And you can see it even down at the 20s level, I think. Just that, the way they play, they fight for that quick play of the ball. It's very Melbourne-esque, and it leads to a lot of their good plays.
You were about to say pies, weren't you? Because we think about that bloke's hot dog. Oh, they've got the right setup. Deck chairs. It looks like Mayor Bob Manning. It's not, but it could be his brother on his right. Got a flag at the ready. First time that we've been able to use the hill properly because all the rain we've had. But yeah, you mentioned that Storm system. It'd be interesting in the main game. Justin Olam and Shandor Earl, just a couple that won't be playing for the Sunshine Coast because they played for the Storm over the last couple of days. So they do have a couple out, but you know they've got such good depth that I mean, geez, they're still going to be strong. It's going to be an interesting battle. 6 p.m. Also, get down here at 5:30. We're going to see our Indigenous jersey launched. I just had a quick look at Aiden Day's Instagram page.
A little sneak peek.
Yeah, sneak peek. I had a look at the back of the jersey. A little bit of Torres Strait art in there that I could see, which was awesome. Looking forward to seeing them. As back onto the field with a warm reception, which is good, is the Northern Pride with it all to do in this second half. They trail by 4 converted tries. Tell you what, Jack Wright, the halfback from Sunshine Coast, he looks like a good player.
He's put on a bit of a show, hasn't he, this afternoon?
Just his conversion style too is unlike anything I've ever seen, but it works.
Is he? He's 100% today, is he?
He is. He's got, I think, 2 from the sideline, another one from pretty close to it, and then one almost in front. Tom McGrath on shot there. He's been busy as always, but again, all to do in this second half.
Jackie Wright even bagged himself a meat pie at the end there.
Indeed, he's got 12 points to start the game. Just waiting on the Falcons. Don't know if they've been lining up for those hot dogs. I'm sure they'll be on the field in a second. Our officials are out. The Pride have been ready to go for over 60 seconds now.
Fellas, give us a test when you get there.
And as soon as the Falcons make their way back out, we'll be ready to get this one underway. You sometimes forget just how nice this field is and the surrounds are because we've had such dud weather this year, but it is just outstanding.
It's been crazy, hasn't it? You know, we have a good few days of beautiful weather. Then all of a sudden it's game day and the clouds decide to come out. But
might have to give me a hand, Will.
All right, the Falcons coming back on the field now, and they will be kicking off this time. They'll be running left to right in this second half.
Interesting. I was expecting them to come out of the tunnel, but they've just sort of...
It was odd, wasn't it? They've
done the old ambush.
Set up camp in the far corner. They went bush on us.
Caught the Pride boys by surprise.
And it looks like to be Lukey Murtagh to kick off to get the second half underway. After a bit of delay, they went to Picconi's and IGA in Edmonton or something. I don't know where they went. Anyway, off we go. Pride with an opportunity here to put a dent in the Falcons line, and Funungaloa does just that. Rumbles up to the 20-metre line. Zane Knowles goes himself. Picks up 6 or 7 metres. Jai Doherty, very similar headgear. On to Tom McGrath. Good set to start this one for the Pride. Must get to their kick. Doherty holds, goes himself, picks up 12 metres. Strong run.
Nice little turn of foot there.
That's what he offers you in that 5'8" position. He's got a strong running game. Of course, a lot of the time players in the centres are out on the wing.
Last tackle, give him space.
Lower, looking to ball play there. Got me a bit excited, to be honest.
Oh, I'd love to see him with the chip and chase. Bevan goes high. Unfortunately, it's gone nowhere. Jaconia catches, knocks on.
Keep an eye on that.
And it's play on here. Unfortunately, a good set. Has a poor end, and there's an opportunity for the Falcons. They want to come back inside. They won't.
Giving him the Gordon Tallis.
He gets dragged.
That's a lovely bit of work from Matty Moyle, the debutant. You said it right, didn't you, Ron? That was the Gordy. That was a great tackle. He showed in the sideline, knew what he was doing.
He's come in and he's obviously looking to make an impact, and he's done just that in the losing team so far. But Geez, he's been good.
Just take a step back
NT
for me,
boy, they
Pride,
bred him
please.
tough there. As I
back
mentioned,
forward.
I read
Thanks,
something
just come
before.
forward
I
now,
know his
coach.
family's watching today. So g'day to you guys.
On the outside, Pride.
Losing effort
Heads
so
all the way.
far, but
Bring
Matty
it
has
here,
done himself
all the
no
way, mate.
disservice. He's been very good.
There's your tunnel, mate. 2 hands.
Chicani to feed the scrum.
Play on.
A bit of a push
Keep an eye
from
on
the
the scrum for
Falcons.
me.
You don't see that often. Bevan
Outside, no obstruction.
to Lukey.
Out together.
He's this other Cowboys
square,
development second rower that the Pride have got.
Penalty to the Pride.
A couple of
There's
very
3
nice
you in there, and
bookends.
you come out one after the other.
Lukey
It's a
is one
peel.
that wouldn't surprise me if he did play in the NRL. I think he's a name we need to
you go,
remember. An easy one to remember because it's a bit left to centre. Hylam Lukey can play. The skipper of the under-18s earlier this year.
I've explained it, mate. It's a peel.
Unbelievable.
There's 3 of you in the
Great
tackle.
talent. When he
You
puts some
come out one
size on
after the
too, look
other.
out.
Wait here.
There he
Go
goes.
to tap.
What's the contact?
There he
It's fine.
goes.
And we've put the mocker on him. He's been driven back 10 metres.
Clean up one of his own as well on the way back.
He has too.
Someone's under there.
Hold.
Knowles.
Go one. He's short than that.
He's in a dummy half. I'm going to say nothing more good about him. Tasman McRobbie taken this time. 20 metres out. Pride a chance to hit back. Lukey.
Maybe we should start putting wraps on the Sunny Coast
That's
boys.
gonna- Oh, we did that at half time.
Hold. Go 3.
Knowles.
Big chance.
Fanongaloa. Quadzilla rumbles forward. He's taken 5 metres out.
Hold. Hold.
Slow play the
Go
ball.
4.
Wrestles any momentum there was. Doherty goes short. Not sure McGrath necessarily wanted that one. He did what he could with it though.
Hold. Go
Knowles
5.
again. Goes to the far side. Bevan to kick.
Outside.
Gets it through. It's a good looking one. It's cleaned up.
Grounding.
Surely not.
Bingo.
Jeez, you thought he was going to get out there for a second, Blake Wilson.
Relax. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, we've got a bit of
And-
push and shove here.
Relax.
Unnecessary push and shove.
Maybe a third man in. Could be in a bit of
Timeout.
strife, I think.
Sam
I
Friday out
understand,
there, is
mate.
he?
Go away, please.
Yeah, there
Time's out.
you go.
Ah, we love
Jack.
Sammy.
Just looked like he picked up an injury and he's got a fair bit to say.
Jackie, doesn't he?
What escalates
bloke.
is you coming in and pushing blokes.
Just standing there, bud.
What happens, mate, is you've come in and caused all that. I just need you to let it go. Jack, I'm just explaining. Thanks, mate. All it is, I just need you blokes to calm down, mate. We've played 4 minutes of the footy. Let's just call it calm. On the grop out, mate.
Did you just say you can't laugh? So,
6.
sorry,
6.
Jack. You're a good
6.
player.
Oliver,
But
behind
if
it
you're
for me.
saying your argument is that you can't laugh,
Stay behind the kicker.
anyway,
Time back.
less said about that the better. Let's get play back underway. It'll be Doherty with the ball. Knocks it back for Nungaloa.
Look out,
Hands
jeez.
chest. Hands away, 11. Hold.
Oh, he could
Go
do
one.
anything. Knowles.
Hold the 14.
McRobbie has dropped it. There'll be a bit to say here, I'd say. Yeah, there he is. Jackie Wright, you're a good player,
Sorry, mate.
but mate, just let your footy do the talking, my friend.
Is he right? Is he got blood?
Oh, old mate's dislocated his finger. I didn't need to see that. Stephen
Go,
Borg, I
Jess.
think
Start
that
coming
was.
together.
He's come over in the corner. Oh,
Player down, mate. Player taken.
He's just holding it up.
he looks like he's holding up the shuckers.
Jeez.
Take a breather, gents. We've got time out here.
We get a look at that.
Oh, that's the
No,
wor-
it's all right.
Who's on camera duty today? That's
stand up.
outstanding. That's the worst thing I've
Okay.
ever seen.
All right.
Sorry, it's
Okay.
Ty James that's unintentionally giving the shuckers to
Yeah, I'm
everyone.
just going to check. Trainer, are you going to treat him here or are you going to take him off to treat him?
He's going to
Phenomenal.
need a new one.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
good. I
treat
just
him
wanted to ask.
here.
You've got time out anyway.
That's phenomenal. Jeez.
He was a last-minute inclusion,
Good shot,
Ty
mate.
James, and he's
Haven't seen
made
this
today
back.
very memorable for us.
Yeah,
Take
you got
nothing
plenty of
away
time,
from the
gents,
toughness
so
of the bloke.
no
He's
rush.
still
Oh.
out there. He's
I would have just run off the field. I'm straight up the tunnel.
just begging to get it put back in so he can pack into the scrum, and here he comes.
Yeah, all legit. See, that's my season done. As soon as the finger's pointing the wrong way, I'm
That's
like,
in general play. We're at a break here, but you are right. Okay, gents, let's work in. We're going to start forming up.
anyway, back to the footy.
We'll go back on with
So
the
after
balls
that,
in.
he will pack into the
Come
scrum.
together now.
Unbelievable.
Good
What an
work.
effort. Good stuff.
Good work. Just stay there, mate.
John
Okay.
McLaughlin
Time back on.
to feed this
4 and
one.
6.
Played the perfect foil to Jack Wright, has the 6. Speaking of Wright, there he is.
Oh, sorry, mate.
And it's Lukey Murtagh, another one that's been busy and very strong in this one
Go
for
on.
the Falcons. They go short side. Dwan looking for his 3rd try.
Out now! Square markers! Hold! Hold! Go 2.
Here he is. Sharkers himself. Fingers are good to go. And he
and
rumbles
square.
forward. Ty
Hold.
James.
Hold! Go
Unbelievable.
3.
Trooper, good stuff. Rowan Jardine this
Work
time.
that 12, mate. Left
Sorry?
side.
Oh.
Stand now! 12 here and hold. Hold!
Four.
Go 4.
Green,
Shocking.
isn't it?
What's your offload?
Rowan Sparks,
Last
Rowan
tackle
Jardine.
now!
I know who I'd rather have on my
Hold.
team.
Hold.
Liero,
Go 5. Nothing late.
McLaughlin.
They're on side. Yep.
Kicks, it's a good looking one too. Well, I'm not sure what's going on
It's
there.
off the shoulder. It goes forward off the Sunshine Coast.
Knocked
Last
on
tackle.
Falcons.
Out 10 metres for a changeover.
Taconia just hesitated there.
We go.
Under a fair bit of
There we are,
pressure.
mate.
Had one of the Falcons just steaming down
Mark
on
is
him.
nice and close. Here, Coast.
I'm a big fan of
Time back
Brandon
on. Sorry.
Taconia. This
Play the ball,
is the
no
most
tackle.
I've seen him struggle at the
The
one.
line speed.
Well, I think a few weeks back in the
40,
bye
release
week, he
the
went back to
ball,
Kangaroos
and square
there and
markers,
played in
hold,
the
go 1.
5/8,
Did he?
and yeah, had a day out.
1 in.
Oh, he's a
Two in.
terrific talent. Where's Josh
Out
Del Charlie
now!
today?
Square markers.
At
Hold.
half time.
Hold.
Co-captain not playing.
Go 2.
Right side all early there, mate.
Right side. Okay. we'll get out
Tokarahi, sorry, no,
clear!
that is
Right side to
Rameka
me,
who's on the
hold.
field now.
there. Hold.
He's
Go
on
3.
for his first stint. Had to wait a while, but he's got the fresh legs.
9. Stand up. Again, right side.
Could
Hold.
be wrong. He could
Go
have been out
4.
there earlier.
No, it's him on for
Inside.
the first time.
Left
Fanongaloa is
Go
off.
to the left.
It's a good kick. It's a
We're short of the 20,
40-23.
mate. Short of the 20.
There you go.
Thank you. Good job. Sunshine Coast feed.
Little kick there. I mean, if this is the start of the game, you'd be happy. I would say the Pride have pretty much
mate,
won the
yep.
wrestle to start this half, but when you leak 24 in the first half, it makes it pretty hard.
He does. Makes it hard to come back and get the win, but they can still,
We need
you know,
one
take
more.
a bit out of
We've
this
got 6.
game if they can,
Thanks,
you
gents.
know,
Work
maybe
together.
limit the Falcons in the
Heads down.
second half.
Do the same
Try
Pride
and
lock. There's your
not
tunnel, mate.
concede
Ball
another
in.
try. I think that'd be the goal
Hey,
for
whoa,
them.
Relax. Just relax. Relax.
I think
Hey?
this
No,
could
no,
boil
no.
over this
Just
game. There's
listen to
a
me.
lot of
You're
frustration
inside
between
because
both
we work
teams.
across from here. So you're on the inside. Thanks, mate. Heads down. Just
Trying
heads
to
down
make it
and keep
just
them
come
down.
on, he's sort
Okay,
of
time back
just
on.
trying to-
Ball in.
I'm not
Out.
sure what the situation is.
Keep an eye on
Who's
it.
he
No,
playing
that's
for at
right.
club
Play on.
level, Joan? He's out of Edmonton, isn't he?
Edmonton,
With Colt
yeah.
Salmond. Yeah.
Out together.
A handy pair
Marquez,
to
hold.
come back.
Aren't they?
Hold.
Double Kiwi
Go
treat.
1.
Falcons it is, taking it away this time.
Move now.
Gra
Square
goes into
markers
help,
again.
handy meters though.
Hold. Hold. Go 2.
Green hands it off to Liero. That's a strong
Move
carry,
now,
15
3.
metres he picks up.
Hold. Go 3.
They're in the Pride's half. That's a nice ball. Both their centres run very well. They're
3,
strong
roll
boys.
off
Kane
him.
Jackson and
Go
Dwan.
4. We're rolling.
That's Jackson on that occasion. Jardine now. Gets through a couple. They're going to
Swing
call
arm.
flop here, I think.
Swinging arm.
Swinging
Be
arm.
very careful how you swing that arm in the
Swinging
tackle.
arm.
Swinging arm on Rameka.
There you go.
Okay. Well, I didn't
Yeah,
see
mate.
it, but fair enough. Rameka didn't have too
Number-
much to say,
there you
so
go.
he didn't
Out there.
disagree.
What are you going to do, 9?
16, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Big opportunity
Yeah,
here for the
tap.
Falcons.
That's fine. Watch contact.
Reynolds taking it
Going.
forward. He's played big
Okay,
minutes
16
so
up
far
now,
today
in
as the
space.
front rower.
Use the line.
Ran the
Hold.
ball
Go
hard
1.
too. Green out to right. This is a good run, but he'll be held up and then forced back, I think.
Short of the line. Play the ball. Don't
Yeah,
dive
Borg that
in.
he's on that occasion.
He's
not-
tangled. Just play the
Oh,
ball.
I thought he was a bit crook
Hold.
there.
Go
He's
2.
okay. It might have been Bevan underneath him slowing things up. Jardine will try now.
Short again. Let him
It's a
up.
strong defence to start. As I said, unfortunate
dive
that we're a
in.
few tries back.
Hold.
It's been
Go
a good start
3.
from the Pride this
No
half.
obstruction.
Play throw plenty more this half though. McLaughlin, a good ball and lovely footwork. Jackson, this will be a try.
It's fine.
That's a great play.
Time out.
Lagiata.
It's number 1.
Lagiata?
There.
We don't
So
know.
what I've seen, he's led with the
Jaconi,
forearm and
could
made
be
contact with the hand. We're going to have a potential 8-point try.
Potential 8-point
Simon.
try.
Strife. Just
Time's
with
out.
the challenge.
Simon.
I mean,
I need you out here, please.
it always comes
Want me
up.
under the goalpost, Jeb?
Yeah, guy. Thanks, mate.
Fullbacks making the last ditch effort, you know.
Number 5, please.
Let's have a listen here.
1, Jeb. 1.
I think
Hey.
it was Draconian. It could be Burke.
This is the bloke that made
Number
contact.
1.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were wearing number 5. So what happens is, in the act of scoring a try, you've come across with your forearm and made contact on the head. It is on report. So what's going to happen now is we're going to have a potential 8-point try. He's going to have this conversion. We're then going to go blow the penalty in front of the sticks for a second conversion. Make sense? Just got to be very careful how we go into those tackles, all right? I understand that, but because it's forearm contact with the head, that's why we've got it.
There you go, the explanation.
Let's have a look.
That's some nice work to
Ciccone
get on the
at the
outside
back
there.
there.
Comes in here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you, Jack.
There's
so what
no
happens now
contact
is you
with
get
the
this
head there.
kick,
That's very soft.
and then we'll go have another one in front of the post.
You're telling me that's an 8-point try.
It's
I
only
would
8
say
if you
it's
get
not the
both.
best tackling technique in the world,
Not the best, no.
but that's not an 8-point try.
Yeah.
Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jack Wright's chatting again.
Don't worry about the shot clock here. We'll
Yapping away.
Eight-point try.
All right,
Don't see him too often, but
we move
Potential
on.
8-point try. He was put on the
Jack
court.
Wright will have a chance for his 14th point of the game, and then his 16th if he gets the first one.
it's a good ball to get Jackson
Oh, wasn't it?
in some space out there.
I mean, good feet from Jackson.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not going to not back him in here, right? Because it's the strangest technique I've ever seen, but it works. He's giving himself an extra metre here, to be fair.
Yeah, we'll, mate. Yep.
Must have strong legs. 1, 2.
Okay.
Oh, he's hooked this one.
Rightio. No goal. Go have the second one.
Another shot.
24 minutes remain in
Thanks,
this
mate.
one. About to be 30-0 to the Falcons after a penalty
Forearm.
try was awarded for a
Yeah, Jack.
forearm to the head. That I think maybe the less said about. Let's just say Ciccone is on report there. I think he'll be pretty safe come judiciary time. If he misses a game for that, there's something wrong.
Second player from the Pride to be on report today after a dangerous position.
Oh, that's right. It was Jacob McCarthy earlier on, the first
Not
half.
sure
I think
he's
they'll both
got
be
too
safe.
much to worry about there either, but
30-0 on Pride TV, under 20s. The Falcons are having a day out. There's a rainbow in the background. As far as the setting looks, it's glorious. The scoreboard,
beware,
not so
gents,
good for Pride fans.
Potential intensity lift here from Pride. Keep an eye on any rubbish.
hot dogs are
off
going
the
down
ball.
a treat.
I wouldn't know.
Both sides
I'm
behind
just
the
assuming
ball.
as well, but
What about Macca's doing the $1 fries at the moment? I got 3 of them last night anyway. Back to the footy.
are they a sponsor?
We're under. I hope so. 'Cause I just got a plug. Oh dear.
Get them on
Move
board.
you! Get square!
It's Matthew Baker on
Go
the field.
one.
First chance we have to see him today. And Hunter,
Out
someone,
together!
Hunter Bruff.
Lock in,
Bruff,
Marcus.
we don't know.
Hold. Go 2.
McGrath around the
release.
legs.
Hold. Go 3.
And Moyle up top on that one. Right again, being in everything, including all the chatter
Hands
today.
away, Sean!
Very handy
Hold.
play though. He's just over the
Hold.
halfway
Go forward.
line. Falcons with a chance to post some more points
Still going
here.
on 4.
Jeez, that's a strong carry from the man that's fresh
Last
on,
tackle
Baker.
out now! Hold. Hold. Go 5. Nothing late. It's a genuine tackle.
Chasers are good.
Thanks, mate. All on. Sorry, mate. 9 off the arm. Here, Coast. 14. Hold. Hold. Go 1. Together. Marcus square. Go 2.
Pride now with a chance taken out of their own half. Remaker, strong carry. That's a really good one. He's picked up 15 metres there almost to the 40.
Lock in, Marcus. Go 3.
A lot of wrestle in the tackle. You mentioned it before, Rowan. The Falcons
He's
being
up.
a Melbourne
He's up.
Storm system, there
Still
are
up.
definite elements of their game where you can see it.
In touch. Keep an eye on the ground, Will.
Good ball over. Look out.
I think we're okay. Steven Stafford
You're
having a
always
laugh.
going out, mate.
Campanolo walking away.
Scrum's in here.
That's all good fun, isn't it?
Footy's fun.
No, it's the same as the first one, Simon. He's always going to the sideline. I disagree.
I actually really like this referee.
Good. Yeah.
He's done well.
Sunny Coast player with cramp here.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
this
offside,
could get
so-
ugly if it's not already. 30-0,
Just
20
a
minutes
cramp?
remain.
Well, let's get him on side so we can
One
keep
of two
going.
things happens. Pride
Wait
get
here,
a
gents, let me get through. Thanks.
bit of that back exactly. Fight for their
Okay,
pride.
come
Pick up a
together
couple
now.
of tries. Fight in defence, or the
Good.
Falcons really could
Arms
put
all the way, 5. Thanks, mate.
an AFL score
Second
on
row
here.
and lock for Coast all the way, please. Thank you very much.
Speaking
Hang on,
of,
swap
not that
legs
we'd
for me,
ever really
outside
talk
prop.
about the other
Bring that
code,
outside one
but
forward. There
see
you go. And there's
half-time
your
today,
toe
the
stick.
Gold
Ball in.
Coast Suns. I think they were down by
Ball in.
100 at half-time. It was unbelievable.
Out. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the scrum.
Absolutely shocking.
What the final score was in that one. We'll check later. Anyway, all the action is here. Barlow
here.
Park, under
He's locked
20s.
underneath,
Falcons
he can't go
30,
anywhere.
Pride nil. Main
Go
game,
on.
6 p.m. Get your butts down here for that one, or catch us on the stream, or thanks to C Swift. Keeping Northern Australia connected, and I tell you what, as far as passes
Right
go,
scrum.
that was not one of the best.
Let's go here.
Fred White from
Let's
C
go,
Swift.
Coast. Start
I
working
think
in
he's
for
catching up
me.
with us later. I reckon he could have thrown that one a bit better.
Whitey's coming in. Fantastic.
lock.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Coast.
Replacing you.
Just wait, mate. Just wait. Let's go, lock.
Grab a hot
Wait on
dog.
you. Head all the way in. There's your
Be
tunnel,
able
mate.
to
Two
grab a
hands
hot
in in.
dog, mate.
Out.
Can you go get us a couple?
That's fine.
Pride and opportunity here with some good field possession to start this set.
And square. Hold.
Just seeing the
Come on,
pace of the
11
game sort of
offside. One.
waver a bit with the heats, and they've been out there a while now.
Stand there.
Been a tough day, but
Go
Ramaker's
two,
been a
one
bright
marker.
spark since come off the bench. He's run the ball hard. He's picked up 20 metres there. Finney Arst is back on now. His pants aren't, though. He'll play the ball. And he's earned his team a
Too
penalty.
slow. It's not you. It's you. It's too slow.
Good work
On
there
mark,
from
mate.
Tyson.
Hey, good to go.
Berg
Go.
to Ramaker, who almost pushes through to the fence again. Jeez, he's been
now.
strong.
Use the line.
Fantastic, hasn't he?
Hold. Go
And he's
on.
run for 50 metres his last 3 runs.
Had to bide his time to come
Outside,
on,
it's
but
fine.
Jack Coney
there's
out.
obviously a
Outside.
plan to it.
Berg.
Jack, out now. Use the line. Hold. Go two.
Doherty into Doherty. Oh, gee, I sound like I've been smoking packet A. You take over for a sec.
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
Still got it.
Tommy
Nine off
McGrath here.
arm. Use the line again.
Bowie
Hold.
Berg's back on in the hooking role for the Pride.
Go three.
Comes to the short side. Finds Bevan. Nice ball
Off his legs,
to
Jack.
Moyle, who hits a hole.
Hold. Go four.
Player back to Berg.
Play on, he passes.
Cuts out Ramika.
Kick.
Jaconia onto the boot.
0-0.
No, Berg just couldn't handle there, and we
First one,
have.
Pride. Then Sunshine
He's
Coast.
back, mate. What happened there?
I don't know. It's about as good as that last tackle play.
Done.
I don't know.
Jeez,
I sound like a packet A smoke. It wasn't good.
I was concerned.
I thought it was the enemy.
You're good now, or?
All good, mate. Happy days. Unfortunately, into that set didn't work out. A couple of knock-ons in there. The same first one,
Go, we've
Pride.
got 6 here. You're on the outside here. No, man.
Gee,
Go, gents.
Pride.
Good.
Still got the donut
Yeah,
next to their name here.
Can't
Cut
catch a
this
trick
one, Will.
today, can we?
2 hands, mate. There you go.
Against
All in the
a
tunnel.
Sunshine
Thanks, mate.
Coast team that is much
All
improved.
in.
You mentioned the first
Right.
time we played them this year. We
Okay.
got the chocolates
Gotta wait.
there.
Can't push till the ball's in.
Doesn't look like it's
Gotta
going
go
that
out
way
the tunnel.
today.
Yeah, both teams just
Repack.
going on sort of different trajectories
Repack.
since
Just take
since
the
that
weight to
meeting.
begin with.
The Pride obviously
Thanks, mate. Ball in 6.
in that bit of a slump, and
Out.
well, the
Keep it on
Falcons
the
are still
scrum.
down in 6th, but a win today could
Alright,
see them
nice.
jump up.
12
Strong
now.
contact there.
Get square. Hold. Hold. Go 1. Markers are fine.
Falcons go away to the far side, and
Oh,
they're
one.
through. That's way too easy. Wilson finds a hole.
It's okay.
Again, set up. Jack Wright, the
11
7.
straight
He's
away.
far and away the best player on the field today.
No control.
But a knock-on
No
from Blake
control.
Wilson ends that one. But it looked all too easy down that far side.
Beautiful short ball there,
wasn't it?
White, and the runner too, running a great line. Jeez, Jack Wright, he's got some class about him.
Really does. He's been a pleasure to watch.
Seconds and locks. Let's go. Thanks, gents. Green headgear.
Real competitor too
Thanks,
out
mate.
in the middle, as we've also seen.
I think he's the
We're
skipper.
good there.
I hope so. He's got
Very
plenty
good.
to say.
Wait for my
So
out call.
Damien
Ball in.
Burke will feed this scrum. I'm not
play
sure
on.
what position he's playing now. If he's gone to the halves, he started the game on the wing. He's been everywhere since.
Good
Lukey almost poked his head through. He's wrapped up.
Hold. Release
And then
now.
wrestled to the ground.
Sorry, hold.
all
Laying
over him there.
all over him.
Go one.
7 early
Thanks,
left.
mate.
Berg
One left, okay.
goes himself.
Tackle one.
There's been a bit of that in the second
stand
half.
up. Jack, got a hold.
Jeez, they really are testing the patience of
There
the
we go.
referee now.
You're
He's
standing
seen
there with
enough.
your head too slow.
Matthew Baker,
Yep.
the offender there, but they've all been doing it. Jaconia to find touch, does so. About 20 metres
Thanks, mate.
out from the Falcons line.
On the 10.
Falcons 30 lead the
Straight
Pride
away,
nil.
Don't balk it.
15 minutes remain.
Wait for the tap. Let's go.
Stafford to tap to Rameka.
11 hands away.
Home crowd would love
Here
to
we
see
are.
the boys get some points on the
Go
board
on.
here.
Berg, Finiasa.
With his foot.
That's probably the best way to go about it, just
Play it
straight
with
up the
your
middle.
foot. He's underneath you.
Another penalty. It's going to have
Comes
to be
over,
a
we don't
warning
get
here in a
proper play the
second.
ball because you push him. I understand that, but when
Repeated
you push
offences.
him, he doesn't play it properly.
Jeez,
If you're the Sunny
Fine, what are you
Coast,
doing,
you're not
mate?
trying to rack up a bigger score.
bring it
Instead, they're
over
just
a
trying to
bit.
wrestle the
Wait down,
game
don't
to
get
an
it
end
away.
here. Anyway,
On the
No,
line,
we've
please.
not-
we're
Wait.
not the coach for a reason.
Let's go, mate. Thank you.
we've pointed out the comparisons with the Storm, and I suppose there's just a few more.
It's knocked on.
That's
Finiasa.
unfortunate for Finiasa there.
It's funny, the comparisons of the Storm, I would say Jack Wright speaks to the referee just as much as Cam Smith does. So
Come forward, gents. The scrum's
Simon
here.
Bevan
So bring your
just-
6 guys up.
Just getting control of the boys, just calming them down.
Okay. This side,
it's
Jack.
been a tough old arvo for them. The hardest
Together.
one I think
Thanks,
they've
Simon.
had the Pride under
Heads down, take
20s.
the weight till the ball's in. Pride 12. Pride
They haven't
12
been
all the
winning
way,
every
mate. Thank
game.
you.
They've
Hang
been
on.
right in
All the
them
way, 9.
up to their
Hands
eyeballs
down.
today. Have just been outclassed.
Ball in.
Full credit goes to the Falcons, their team and their coaching staff.
It's okay.
Murtag's taken down. We mentioned earlier, it's one of those games you feel like could boil over. Pride frustrated, and the Falcons, rightly so at times, gloating about their performance.
Hold, go 2.
You just feel like there could be a stink at some stage. We hope
Okay,
not.
chest. 9 off the
At least that's what
ball.
we're meant to say.
Lock in.
Falcons with the ball now. They're 35 metres out. Oh, it's a strong carry
16,
again from
release
Kane
in.
Jackson. Geez, their centres are
Hold.
good players.
Go 4.
And just looking a very fit team as well. They seem to have a lot left in the tank with 13 to go.
Give space.
Where you see the Pride just sucking in the big
Go
ones.
5.
They'll go to the air
Clear.
through
Hey,
right.
you need 10.
Left is good.
Yep, they're good there.
Should be taken easy enough from Burke. It is. He's
Release
met
him.
straight away.
Square. Hold here. Hold. Go 1.
I think that's why he plays at fullback. He doesn't actually have to jump to get higher than the opposition. He just stands there.
How tall is he? He'd be
Go
easy
2.
6'3", 6'4", wouldn't he?
Contact.
Surely.
6 hands away. Hold. Go 3. Second line.
Stafford with the ball. Campanolo in looking for some work. Haven't seen much of him today in his move to the centres. I wouldn't say it's been a great success, not through any effort areas. I just don't think we've seen a lot of him. In saying that, he might be sore here. He's holding a wrist.
Not a good sign,
Last
but
tackle. Give him space.
I think it's
Oh,
credit to
last. 17
Campanolo.
offside.
The coach just had to find a spot for him in
Yep.
the 17.
Chases on.
Yep, yep,
Mr.
thank
Fix
you.
It, a bit like Damien
Hold
Burke.
on, still 5.
It's worked out.
Touches his hand and goes forward
Just
off him.
wasn't-
Last
yeah.
tackle,
4
change
players
over.
in support there. I think they all half wanted it.
Hey, when I call go, mate.
Good to see him sort of chance their arm there. Looked
Yeah, the play was good.
10, you're on the mark.
Didn't quite get the right bounce, but they got it in their hands.
Two
But
out five,
unfortunately,
left side.
just couldn't find the right pass in the
Play
end.
ball. Yep, go, no
And the
tackle
Falcons
yet.
will have the
Play
ball
on.
back. It's play on. On halfway, they'll play it. In at dummy half, Kane Jackson.
Hold, go. Marcus got there on 1.
Liero has knocked on, and this game is getting very scrappy. Speak about it boiling over. There's almost something there.
Jaconia there.
Five
Just
Bit to say.
need to rein it back a bit.
There, gents.
Fanongaloa itching to get back out there.
His first stint was pretty good.
Get our 6.
Hit hard in defence. Rameka has come off.
Seeing,
Go, we need one more, sunshine. Thank you.
did Benny come off or
Heads
I
up.
don't?
Thanks for me. At the back, all the way in.
Not sure he did.
Oh, hang on, no, sorry. Swap,
No,
bring that outside,
Campanola's
foot
still
forward.
out there.
There's your tunnel, mate. 2 hands.
The wrist didn't look good, the wrist, but
Might have been a stinger. He packed into that scrum. Jaconia looking dangerous. Oh, great read in defence.
all in all tackle there.
Hunter Bruff, bro, we don't know. Either way, he's a good-looking player.
Knock on.
And the ball's been dropped.
It's getting sloppy now.
Into the sunshine coach.
Hard to watch, mate.
Jaconia just getting into a bit of a niggle match with the big boys there. Sunny Coast player just complaining of a push.
Just watch the pushes from Pride after knock-ons and stuff. The number 1 push there. And
Yeah.
You say we just watch the pushes?
Just watch the pushes.
Oh, come on, it's rugby league.
Go, let's
have a
work
look.
together and come in.
Elliot, your thoughts on the
We've got
push
our
here,
6
mate?
out, come in.
Well, I
Head
don't...
down.
Oh, that...
Good.
oh,
Lock
honestly.
it for me, please.
Come on,
5
let 'em
arms all the
play.
way around for me, mate.
The boys are just
There's
having
your tongue,
fun.
Jack.
They are, but I will say the officials have been the best ones I've seen this year so far. So they've done a good job so far today.
Two in it.
I'm trying to find the bloke in the middle's name. He's been really good today.
He has. I
haven't been able to track it down, but
We'll try to find out. Very well done. Kane Jackson hands it off to his centre partner. It's Tommy Dwan Jackson.
Stand. Hold. Go 2.
I don't know if he's moved into that hooking role or not, but he's everywhere at the moment.
It's okay.
Reynolds shapes the pass. He's played big minutes today, been one of their better ones too.
Go 3.
Yeah, it does look as in Jackson has gone to hooker. Liero looking to get the arm free. He can't. He's wrapped up. Still manages to stand in the tackle.
Go 4. That's
Strong
okay.
boy. Long ball to right. To Baker.
Last tackle.
Baker hits, spins, and is
Face.
wrapped up. Taken to
Go
the
five.
ground. Jackson on the last.
Side.
Reynolds, not the man you want on the last unless he does that.
Down.
Yeah, mate.
That's pretty
Will.
soft.
Guy.
he's left a few Pride players in his way too.
Yeah, Phineas not real well.
Okay, just going to see how this
Just
guy is.
copped a bit of friendly fire. Possibly. We'll have another look.
He's up. Stop clock.
Showed some strength there, didn't he?
We did, he did. Not the guy that you want having on the last, as I mentioned, front rower, but he said, you know what, I'm going to find a way to score. He did exactly that. It's 34-0. The Falcons lead with 8.5 to go. Dave Scott will not be a happy man today, and that in the end, that's just too soft. You got 2 big men in there.
Sure, maybe put a knee got caught under there. Looks like he's up and about anyway, Phineasa.
So we'll have about 7.5 minutes, boys, after this kick. So we need to be really strong, like we spoke about just before, off the ball stuff. If you see it off the ball and you need to give me that info, give it to me, because I'll just keep following play.
Jackie
I'll
Wright
ask about a short kickoff
up
here.
for another
I'll
conversion
ask
here.
about a short kickoff. But just keep an eye on any niggle that happens off the ball. Don't
He's
drop
6 for
anything.
7 so far, so he's been right on.
Just watch a crack down on the pushes in the final stages here.
So I think it's going to blow over.
Goal.
And I think that takes his tally to 18 points for the game so far, Jack Wright. 36-0, the Falcons lead. There's Barlow Park starting to fill up. Our main game kicks off at 6 o'clock. Exactly 30 minutes to go. We're going to have a jersey presentation today. It's Indigenous round. I've seen a little
Will,
sneak
come up
peek
to
on
4
Aiden
metre line,
Day's
please.
Instagram. It looks good. I've only seen the back of
I'll
it.
tell you whether or not it goes 10 metres. Keep an eye all the way to the 40, please. All the way to the
But
40.
I know
Stay behind the kick.
Jabberkai, one of the inspirations behind this one. Haven't checked out Jabberkai and Cairns yet. You need to. It's an unbelievable experience.
That's fine. Move now. And
It goes short, doesn't work. Falcons have the ball 40 metres out from their own line. Jeez, he hit that one at pace. The try scorer, Reynolds, bumps off a couple, picks up 16 metres.
Fanongaloa back out there. The Falcons halves just take a little gulp.
Roll clear.
It's
3.
Jardine.
Hold here. Go 3. 3, you're offside.
McLaughlin hands it off to Nelson, who started the game strongly. He's back on to finish it as well.
Out now, 9. Hold.
Glad we had
No, you're locked
the
in. Go
Sunny
forward.
Coast coaches next door and not Dave Scott.
Last tackle.
Yeah, I think there might have been a door ripped off by now if it was Dave.
Go 5.
He's too nice a fella for that. He's a good
Good
fella.
on. Yep.
Jaconia, lovely hands there. He's done well to clean up.
Stand here.
And the Pride survive.
Don't walk forward. Just step back for me, please.
He's a
Marker,
frustrated
first
man,
marker,
is
get
Brandon.
closer.
Yeah.
First marker. Number 2, step in. Thank you. Play the ball. Play the ball.
Having a bit of
Go,
fun.
time back on, tackle 1.
Stafford
2 in.
He's wrapped up on the 10-metre line.
Out now.
Tough going here all the way through for the Pride.
Go 2.
Just under 6 minutes remain in this one. And Jacob McCarthy has a look. A few hands going in the air, a few hands went on hips.
That's backwards.
That's a long ball from
Still no
McLaughlin.
tackle.
And Bevan involved in the contact, along with Tokarahi.
Out now. Just stand up, mate.
Trying to milk that
Go,
one.
0 tackle.
Right to Reynolds.
2 in, 2 in.
Again, he's just
Don't
impossible to wrap
Line,
up.
release
Been the
him.
best forward on the field
Use
today
the
is Reynolds.
line. Go 1.
Right again. He's in everything. Nelson. He's about 6 in that
There's
tackle,
still 2 blokes in,
unfortunately.
mate. It's a strip. He's not in the act of scoring yet. 3, what are you going to do, mate? You're going to tap, sorry? Okay. On the
5
line
minutes
here.
remain.
Wait for the foot. Don't
Falcons
walk
looking
it.
for more points here. They smell 40.
Let's go.
Matthew Baker.
Still going.
Just
Still
can't.
going.
Oh, we just cannot wrap him up.
Okay, it's short, but he loses control.
Finney Arthur looks a tired
down
man.
midfield.
I don't know if
Thanks,
he's
mate.
still feeling the effects of that injury earlier.
Scrums out
Another
here.
one down as well, about the 10-metre mark on his haunches.
I think that's Bowie Berg, is it?
Keep an eye on him. Is he bleeding?
What's going on here? We've got a stoppage.
Okay, time out.
Tommy
I'm
McGrath.
glad you're concerned about him.
Bit of
I'm glad
claret?
you're concerned. Just give yourself some space here, fellas. We've got time out for the blood.
Just a busted nose.
You can put it down there, mate.
Maybe
It'll be
bruised
there.
ego too.
Nothing,
Are you going to
nothing
treat him here?
Tommy's
We don't
never
need to
had
take him off.
before, I'm
Alright.
sure. The
Yeah,
way
you've
he
got time out, so.
throws himself into tackles.
Standard Saturday night for Tom McGrath, blood nose. Interesting outfits rocking up to the game today. We've just seen 2 people walk past in unicorn onesies.
What in the...
I don't know. Hopefully Sunshine Coast fans.
Didn't get the memo, I think.
Yes, you know, there's a few onesies going around. Maybe that's a thing tonight. I know it's Indigenous round. I don't know if it's onesie round as well. There's a big slide out for the kids here tonight, which is a good one. Might have to have a crack. If
Oh,
there's
is that
not a
for the
weight
kids?
limit. I think it's 100 kilos or
Smells
less,
great.
so I might be in
Okay, is he
strong.
going to stay on? Okay,
One
thanks, Jen.
kid's
Righto.
wrestling moves, though. He's just
It'll
giving
be
it
a pride
people's
thing.
elbow.
If I do a few laps around the track, I might be able to go for a slide.
Who's feeding it? Pride?
To shed those last little kilos.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try. Just give me hot dogs.
Let's come together. Heads, seconds, locked.
So it is
all
a
the way,
scrum.
green
There was a
headgear.
mistake in all of
You do
that.
the same,
I
mate,
missed it.
And we're good to go. Okay. Two
Just,
hands and ball
yeah,
back
just
in.
in the act of
Come
scoring.
on. Out.
It's a loose
Right ball.
carry.
Backwards play on.
Berg to Stafford. Stafford puts on a bit of footwork.
Headgear, stand now. Hold coast. Go 1. Shooter is good on tackle 1.
Takarahi.
Move together.
Big boppo, isn't he?
Mark
Only a
is
young kid.
square.
Good size.
Hold. Go 2.
Plenty of potential there for Nongaloa.
Which offload. Play on.
Lovely offload.
Keep an eye out on the ground.
Berg
On tackle
making
2
plenty
still.
of metres here
That
too.
shoulder, play on.
Runs into Jardine though, who's a big body. Still pushes through a couple more metres.
Now. Hold. Hold.
Finney Arce in the dummy half,
Fire
not
roll
somewhere he
forward,
finds
3.
himself often. Pass isn't bad though. Bevan shapes inside, ends up going wide to Tokarahi.
Off the ball.
A chance here for the Pride, maybe some points. And a penalty is awarded to the Pride, so they'll get right up inside the attacking 20, you would think, after the kick.
White line. Go.
Takaraki just getting better as the game goes on.
He is, isn't he? I never understand, when you're 40 metres out, why not kick the ball 20 metres upfield? Why take the tap?
Hold.
You're probably
Go
not going to
on.
likely get inside the 10 now until the 3rd or 4th tackle.
No, I
Outside,
can't offer
into the
any
line.
valuable answer to that question.
I understand wanting some depth for attack, but
Here we
inside the
are,
20, you've
hold.
still got plenty.
Hold.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Go 2.
Maybe trying to catch the defence off the off
Release
guard there.
who knows? Anyway, McCarthy has the ball. We're still 15
Go
metres
3.
out. Haven't entered inside the 10 yet. Bevan,
Okay.
that's a pretty average pass,
No tackle
and
yet, but we're going to 1.
he's everywhere, Jack Wright. He is everywhere. Intercept on this occasion, runs 40 metres.
Stand now 1.
Oh, I think Jaconia has just
Whoa,
hurt
whoa, whoa.
Burke, unfortunately. Friendly fire.
Hey, it's Jack. Leave it.
Jackie
Go away.
Wright.
Damien Burke is
Hang
Loves
he's
it.
back
Yeah.
up. I think
Time's
he's
out.
okay.
Made a few
Jack.
fans and a few enemies in there.
Hey.
Yeah,
Jack,
someone just
put the ball down there for me, please.
flip me the
Just
finger
go
that
away
isn't a
first, just give
thumbs
us
up.
some space.
That's okay.
Jack, just while they treat this guy, Just give him some room for me, please,
So you
mate.
say
Thank
hello.
you.
Sometimes it can, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Actually, that's how I greeted you
Tackle
earlier
one.
today. So
Tackle one.
didn't realise Shy Bird was also on the box. So I did it, but
You
story
right?
for another
Yep.
day.
Ah,
Good,
you
mate.
got a little
Yep.
chuckle out of it.
Jack.
Burke's okay,
You'll
which
have
is
to play,
good
mate.
news. Ciccone, it was heavy
Tackle one.
contact.
2 minutes, fellas. Hey, let's keep our heads on.
Couple of
Thanks,
minutes
mate.
to
I'll
go
give you
in
a
this
whistle
one.
when
I
time
think
on.
the sooner the better for the Pride. They're ready to
Thanks, gents.
get off
We're
and have
good
a
here.
hot dog.
On the
Regroup.
go,
Go
call.
again next week.
12 and a
Time
half.
back on hold. Go one. I'll get to him this one. 9, stand up. Come on, 12, all the way to me,
So,
mate.
oh, he's knocked that on.
Knock on.
See you later. Fudge. He's
Yeah, everyone's got it.
set for the
Everyone's got it,
Pride. This game is the last 20 minutes,
It's all right.
I tell you. Considering they're two quite decent
We're
sides,
not
it's been
going to
hard
stop
to
for a
watch.
cramp, guys. Get someone
We've
else
got
to
cramps, we've
back
got
in the scrum. We're not
knock-ons,
stopping for a
forward
cramp.
passes, half stinks, and still no hot dogs in the box.
Thanks, guys.
All
You
in
can
all,
stand
just a
up when
great
you've got
afternoon
6.
Isn't
of
it?
footy.
We love
Come
footy.
together. Thank you. Let's work in. Come on, we've got 6.
Interesting round this week in the
Let's
Intra
go.
Super Cup,
Ride 9.
the Friday night
We're
game
all the
last
way in.
night.
Yep. Two hands,
Blackhawks
mate.
getting up over the
Time back
Cutters,
on.
if you
Out.
are wondering.
Towns and
On.
Mackay,
They're
two
onside.
places I'd
Play
rather
on.
not visit.
We're on
Anyway,
no tackle yet. Jack, release the ball.
The Pride will head to
Hold.
Townsville
Go
next
on.
weekend. That should be a beauty, always is.
Fanongaloa, oh, that's a good
Hands
tackle.
away.
Reynolds stuck and hung on, and he's
knock on.
dropped that as Fanongaloa.
He got up and he just had that look of,
Whoops.
on his face.
Should we just call this one now?
There'll be no rush to pack a scrum, but unfortunately we can't use up a minute and a half.
Battle.
How's that? That's a terrific
Come
tackle.
forward, Pride.
White
You've got
Reynolds.
6. Yep. Good.
Jack Wright, man of the
Number
match
3, is
today
it,
for me,
mate?
but
All the way.
Reynolds not
Thank you.
far behind him.
There you go, Jack.
He's
Your tail's
played
there and
huge
ready.
minutes too.
2 hands for me, please, mate.
Just a very well rounded team across the
Ryan,
board.
run For me. He hangs
Oh,
on to that.
frozen
Play
over
on.
That's Blakey
Hands
Wilson,
away!
who
Here
will
we
hang
are,
on to
and
that
hold.
one unless he drops it in the play of the ball.
Go
Campanolo
one.
lays all over him. It's play on. Kane Jackson.
That's okay. 9 off the
30
ball.
seconds remain in
Square
this one.
markers. Hold.
Round 16.
Go 2.
Campanolo hobbling, I think, in the
1, release him.
they're heading towards him.
Go 3.
As he,
Play on.
oh no, they've gone the other way. Doesn't look
That's
good
all
on that
Nothing late.
ankle.
Outside.
Hopefully he's okay. Right goes short.
Play on.
Offload out the back. Knocked backwards
6
from
more.
Takarahi.
Simon out now.
And that's a penalty.
That's not quick. It's not quick. Second effort.
10 seconds remain. You'd think
11.
they
Let's
might
just make
take
sure
the
we play
2
ball
here,
when
the
we can,
Falcons, to wrap this one up. At least attempt to
Gonna have
anyway.
a shot, Jack? Okay. Gonna have.
Says yes, I
let's
will
have
take
go
a
and
shot. There we go.
Well, if he gets this, that's 20 points for the game for him.
Superstar stuff from Jackie Wright.
Very hard to fault that Falcons effort, besides obviously the last 20, but it was error-riddled for both sides.
You can go as far back as you want, Jack.
They,
on that
they
scrum line,
belted
mate.
us
That's your
through
mark,
the middle
but,
today.
Not past the 30. Far back as
Surprising,
you
they're
want.
only in. They're actually in 6th spot, the Falcons. So when,
Thanks, Jack.
well, actually they
Just remember, we're playing on here, gents. If it
they'll
falls
jump
short,
into
even though
4th and
that lead is
overtake the
gone.
Pride with that win.
With 4 and against. Yeah, they will too.
Yep.
There you go. So the Pride slipping down to 5th, still in the hunt for finals. Top 8 will play finals this year.
Just got to get our form right at the right end, don't we? We started the season easily the best team in the competition
Never
for
said.
7 or 8 weeks. Just been tough going since then, which is understandable. A few players called up to the Pride, a couple of players out injured, and then a few boys that we're blooding through from the 18s. But just have to get it right at the back end. As Jack Wright looks to add to his points tally. He
Mate.
cannot do so. He sticks with 18 points of the game. The Falcons finished
Full
on
time.
36. The Pride, unfortunately, a big fat donut and a comprehensive victory down here for the now 4th place Falcons. Good news for the Pride is, though, they do just go to 5th, so still right in the hunt. And our boys will travel down south, as Ryan mentioned, to Townsville for next week's game. 36-0 final score down here at Barlow Park. Our main game, don't forget, kicks off at 6 o'clock. Our Indigenous jersey presentation coming out very shortly as well. We've seen some of the previews of that, and it just looks unbelievable. I've only seen the back of it, and I love it already. So we will be joining the people on ground for that one very shortly. Before we get there, though, let's take a short break, and we'll come back to Barlow after this. And we are live here, round 16 at Barlow Park. The Pride in their Indigenous jerseys about to take on the Sunshine Coast. The one dilemma that you may not be able to see on your screens is that the lights have not yet been switched on. I can tell you it's a lot darker here than it looks on the stream right now. Anyway, we're getting underway without it, apparently. This is going to be interesting. Good luck if you're catching this one. As I said, on the stream, you're with Elliot Lovejoy, by the way, Rowan Sparks. Rowan, on the stream, looks bright as.
Looks a beautiful day.
Here, I can't really see the field, so hopefully those lights are put on fairly soon. We'll see. It looks like a couple of them firing up now. Anyway, off we go. The Indigenous jerseys for the Pride were just revealed. It was an awesome ceremony. Thanks to some of our friends at Jabberkai. But here we go. Off a win, we take on the best side in the competition. And a knock-on to start the game.
Oh. Just the old teammates there. Darren Schonig and Will Bugden coming together.
So what's the Schonig story? So he left for an opportunity elsewhere, didn't he? And now he signed with the Storm.
Yeah, he's on in the squad, Melbourne Storm squad. So great news for him. And he moved down for the opportunity, and it's paid off.
I was reading your stories in the Cairns Post, Rowan. So Bugden v Schonig. Bugden was out of their first clash this year very early with an injury.
Yeah, the boys just come together early on. I think about 4 minutes he lasted. Had to go off with the HIA.
It's chin fat. It's the first time I've seen him live. He made his debut for the Pride last week. Good to see he's sporting the dad bod like the rest of us. How every fullback should be built. And Cam Torpey getting the start means Dave Murphy, co-captain, moves back to the bench. We suspected that would happen. A lot of news we need to get through. Campanolo at dummy half. He's the starting hooker. Connor Jones is officially no longer a Pride player. We'll get to that soon. He's heading, I think he's going to England tomorrow.
He's flying out tomorrow. It's all happening very quickly.
Opportunity with Featherstone, the Rovers. And that's Big Pete Hollow who backs into the defence. First chance for the Pride on the front foot to start this one. And they get a penalty. Tell you what, Ty Williams will be thrilled with this start.
Good chance early here. They need to capitalise.
The lights are just starting to come on one by one.
And they saw it last week, Redcliffe having a bit of success with the penalty goals. So they'll take the 2 on offer here by the looks.
Biondo took over the kicking duties last week from Braden Torpey. Do you think there's much method behind that, or mix it up?
Mix it up, I think. I think I forget who it was against. We were here one night, Braden Torpy.
He had a stinker. I think it was against the Capras.
Just stay behind,
Sprayed
guys.
a couple early. And
Won comfortably, but he just couldn't land. He won't be happy today. He's a Toronto fan. The basketball is his hero. Kawhi Leonard is just signed with the Clippers. So hopefully he can take his frustration out on the field, can Roden.
Yeah, too slow. No, just too slow.
Pride hoping to get on the board first.
First real look at these Indigenous kits up nice and close. They look good. Last year's were nice too. I've got one of them. I think I'll have to add one of these to the collection. And Beyondioto has no dramas, adding the extras. Your Northern Pride 2, the Sunshine Coast Falcons 0 early on in this one. Just over 3 minutes gone. A big crowd at Barlow Park, as we expected. There was one last week too. Rowan stuffing his face full of 3 kinds of pasta and bread. Do you need it?
Thumbs up. It's good stuff.
Credit to the chefs. I think that food is meant for the players after the game. That's fun. And we're about to get back underway. We can actually see the field now, which is nice.
I can't call on an empty stomach. I don't know about
Just
you.
downside here.
No, you're not wrong. And Hines gets us back underway, sporting one of the great mullets. The Pride will work it out of the end for the first time. And it's Torpy of the Cam variety.
Hurry here.
Wrestling for every metre. He'll play it on the 20. Campanolo.
Actually, Cam started last week as well. And obviously, Ty liked what he saw. Got the boys off to a good start.
Well, it worked against the Capras too, when he had Connor Jones come off the bench. Obviously, Jones gone now means Quinlan Cannon is onto the bench today.
Now, Darren.
Braden Torpy this time to Hancock, pokes his head through. A really strong, promising start for the Pride. 4 minutes gone. 2-0 is the score. Campanolo.
Drops his legs. Last. Stay square. Hold.
Slow play of the ball wrapped up there. Beyondioto, dummy half. Braden Torpy kicks.
Outside. Middle, give 10.
Number 10, Will Bugden.
Will.
Calling Will Bugden offside. And they'll start this set 25 metres out, the Falcons. Big g'day to you wherever you're joining us today. Pride TV, all thanks to C-Swift, doing a wonderful job. They're keeping Northern Australia connected. Big supporters of rugby league in the north. We'll catch up with Fred White from C-Swift later on. Kick Rowan out of the booth, which will be nice.
Camera now. Hold. Go 3.
It's the Falcons with the ball. They go to their short side.
Watch the passes.
Chris Lewis takes the ball up to halfway and a strong carry. In at dummy half, Harry Grant is playing 9 for them today. Their halfback
is a real key to their attacking
Square, Sean. Come here.
prowess.
Mr. Grant.
Go. Will not
Halfback
square,
today,
Will.
Todd Murphy. He's the one that will do the kicking
clear.
here with some assistance from a blocker. Mizumechi camped underneath it, does well.
Strong.
Just enough support in front of him.
Here, hold Daniel,
Gavin.
hold. Go one. Peter's out of
Along
play.
with Dane Hogan in the tackle.
Daniel, move. Come to me.
When I hear McGavin, I just think of the shooter variety, Adam Sandler. Chin fat.
Darren, release.
Flying in there, Shonig.
Go 3.
You want another big game tonight, Shonig. There's always a bit of feel against your old team. Javid Bowen wrapped up on this occasion.
Hold. Go 4. Inside. Kicks clear.
And Campanolo, that's what he gives you in that 9 position. It's an extra kicker.
Run 10.
Here he is, the flying mullet. Hines hands it off. Some good wheels there. John Rubin, that is. Eventually wrapped up.
Sean.
Sean Bowen in the tackle.
Hold him. Hold.
Along
Go
with
one.
Terence
Good
Casey
work.
Douglas. Oh, their first chance to chat with Terence the other day. Properly, he's from Normanton.
Peter to me. Hold.
He's one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. Very friendly. Poking his head through there. He's Shonig, and then he's lost the ball, and they'll be in his face for that one, would think.
That's 2 carries there.
The ball just pops out there, Darren. There's no hands in there.
2 for 2.
He's not going to be happy with himself, which is probably not a good thing for the Pride.
Oh, advantage Bugden so far then. Cam Torpy's had a strong start to this one for the Pride. Casey Douglas fell off. Holler just did enough there.
Harry, I need your arms over. Thanks,
Yeah,
mate.
good call. Nothing to argue there from Shonig's side.
You're on the
Beyond Odo to feed the scrum.
Yeah. Watch.
Set up towards this far side while they put a move
Bring him
on. Let's
together,
see.
Nico. Go, Jack. Ball in.
Beautiful night here in Cairns. Love this time of year.
Out.
Yeah, mate.
You walk around without sweating. It's fantastic. Javid Bowen end up coming short side.
Together.
Sean Bowen back in the headgear today.
He'll get up, hold, go one.
Casey Douglas is monstered by 4 Sunshine Coast defenders who are well and truly back in this wrestle
Hold, Daniel,
too.
hold. Go 2. Good work.
Come back with a vengeance,
Contact's okay.
old Terrence. Played the full 80 last week.
To me, Dane.
Had a monster game by all
Hold.
reports.
Go 3.
Was
Daniel,
third
you
when it
gotta come
comes
10.
to
Outside.
tackles broken.
Goes the outside. Catch.
First was
Good.
Dave Murphy, but don't tell him, he'll get a big head.
Run 10.
Nico Hines.
Strong. Stand now.
Pride players calling for an
Hold,
error. I
hold,
didn't see
Will. Go
anything
one.
there. They'll go wide to McGavin.
Straight away.
Seems
Come
to be a
me.
real
Hold.
intensity about the
Go.
Pride
So
in the
markers
first
are okay.
10 minutes here.
It's the best they've started a game in a long time. And they are playing against the competition leaders, so they need to.
Wrapping it up there, nice.
Go 3. Right side all the way.
Grant will kick on the
Inside.
third,
He's
well
outside the
inside
20.
the 40,
Okay.
looking for a 40-20, won't get... Oh!
Get a touch, mate. It was tough.
What's Sean Bowen
Has
done
he
there?
taken it out?
Yes.
Okay, touched. We've got a scrum to Sunny Coast.
That's right, mate.
Sean Bowen, I don't know what he was doing. He looked like he was going to just let that go, and then he put a foot on it for whatever reason.
He still looks a bit unsure.
Just signal Julian. So
Well
no, because
done.
it's easier. Cool. Yep.
I don't know what he's arguing.
Maybe.
Sunny Coast scrum.
Anyway,
Jack arms over, please. Good work.
I don't know. I can't explain that. Anyway,
sure.
chance for
Bend
the
your
Falcons.
back. Bring
First
it
real
together,
test
together.
of the Pride's
Hurry,
defence here.
In tight. Put it in tight. Out.
Put it in tight is the call.
got a pretty decent strike rate, Sunny Coast. When you give them an inch,
Hands away,
they'll take a
Braden.
mile. So
To me and hold.
big set of
Hold.
defence for the Pride here.
Hold. Go one.
Samalu into dummy half. Goes to his 5'8" Caleb Daunt.
Quicker, Braden. Come to me. Hold.
And a real chance
Hold.
here for the
Go
Falcons to hit back after the Pride scored first points through a penalty goal. And 13 is Sam Burns, the strong carry.
Hold. Go
Wrapped
three.
up. Campanolo, the main
Outside,
one
he goes
there.
through.
They look dangerous at the
Three.
ball.
No driver.
Not showing up in numbers.
Yeah. Lewis is over the line.
four,
I think
in
he
goal.
realised if he'd put the ball
Out
down,
10
probably
metres, Chris. Wait till I.
would have been a
full
no-go.
time on. Okay. Time on, play the ball, Chris.
Big boys in this Sunshine
Hold.
Coast
Go
side.
for 4.
On the fourth. Grant decides to go himself. No, he goes back short side. Lewis with another chance of the ball.
Last,
Again, he's
hands away,
stopped.
David. Hold.
Grant weighing
go.
up options on this occasion.
Outside.
We'll go to Murphy. Murphy to
footy
kick
outside or
high in
on.
the air.
Field of play.
Gonna have to leap.
Forward.
Muzamechi does,
Okay.
but there's
Downing's
not
good.
much you can do about that.
Mate, all happy.
Nathaniel McGavin. The Bombers would be proud of that leap. That was
That's a man,
sensational,
didn't he?
wasn't it? Well, hey.
Grew some wings there, didn't he?
Tell you what, there's some good wingers in this Storm system. Sandor Earl plays for the Sunshine Coast normally. It was called up to first grade this week with the Origin players out. Nathaniel McGavin looks like another one of them. Look at this. That is just raw skill.
Well positioned too to sort of box out Muzamechi there.
Perfect kick too from Toddy Murphy, and they've hit back the Falcons. Been a good start to this one, just over 10 minutes gone. Falcons 4, Pride 2, kick to come.
Well, we said it, when they come down their end, they're always looking to score, and more often
Goalie
than
both
not,
sides, the line,
they can
the
get there.
defensive line
And
did-
we saw it
no-
there.
no dramas there.
Yeah, cool.
So warming up on the sideline, man, we'll see in the next little bits.
Is he warming up? What is that?
He's rolling around like a wombat. A man that will wear the 17 today for the Pride that I didn't think we'd ever see again. Tell us a bit about Brad Loopy.
Yep. No,
Well,
do,
yeah,
mate.
it was a bit of a shock for everyone, I think. Obviously, they secured him before the
There he is.
the June deadline. There he is warming up there.
For what we spoke
Used to
about.
be at Southern Suburbs back in 2015, 2016.
There's the kick is successful, 6 points to 2. So he left the Pride system, went down to the
Capras first in 2018. Capras
Yep.
started this season at North's Devils down in
Okay.
Brizzy.
So he's been around, and now he's back with us.
He's back here.
Surprise inclusion.
And Ty Williams is hoping for something big off the bench. So let's.
Well, he is big and he is on the bench, so
He's got that right.
so far we've got it okay. I can't wait for him to give us a smile because I think he's missing one of his front teeth, and it is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Looks like a hockey player. Braden Torpey gets us back underway. 12 minutes gone in this one. Falcon 6, Pride 2, Northern Pride TV, all thanks to C Swift. Ship and Cargo go through C-Swift. They keep a Northern Australia connected. They are sensational. Schoenig really hold the ball this time. He runs strongly.
Come to me.
And he plays it successfully. Harry Grant. Well, that was high from Cam Torpy.
Time out.
I don't think there was a lot of malice in it, but he's
Not
just
a lot, no.
he's fired up today, Cam. I like seeing him like
He's
this.
just going to go on report.
Nothing
been
to
put
worry
on
about
report.
there, I'll say.
Time on. High tackle.
Caleb Daunt trying to find touch.
Referees just wanting to keep tonight about the football, getting in early and just
There was a
getting the word in.
lot of niggle in our under-20s match earlier, which Sunshine Coast took out comfortably, 36-0, but you felt a few times like it was going to boil over.
Absolutely.
Another chance here for the Falcons. They are relentless.
Jaconia was,
Yeah, Brand Jaconia, pride fullback. He was in everything today when it came to... Oh, Bowen, if he holds this, is play on. Yes. That's wonderfully well done. Jarvid's away here. He's picked up another 20 metres after an intercept that was just reactions.
nicely done.
Hold. Go one.
Sean Bowen. Mark, as they're saying, was square.
Darren again.
And
You
doesn't
don't
go
seem to be
far.
buying that one.
I don't know that they both were, but play on. Bugden.
No surprises
Hold.
to see Well put his hand up for an early one.
Nice quick play the ball too. Lovely short ball to Pete Holler. Now they've combined before for 4-pointers. Have Campanolo and Holler. Short balls just like that. Braden Torpy this time. Again we go short to Tommy Hancock.
Caleb square. Here, Harry.
Chance for an attacking
Hold.
kick here.
Hold. Go. Nothing late.
Chin fat to dummy half to Braden Torpy. He does go high, you're right. Some good leapers though. Oh, I think Hines has got a hand on that. That might be 6 more. It is. Bugden. Look at the hands on the big man and the footwork. Will Bugden. He's still going. Will Bugden is taken down 5 metres out. Tell you what, if he scored there,
Early. 7 early.
bragging points well and truly. He's poor ball out of dummy half. Chin fat's going to have to find a way to hold on to this. No. He went to force the pass and that's a pretty poor error. He had to hold on to that.
Here. Go.
They're the little things against teams like the Sunshine Coast. You can't make those mistakes.
Dave,
right.
run 10.
Probably the pass there too did not
Oh,
help him
yeah,
at
it's
all.
poor.
Come to me. Hold.
Hines is taken.
Go, 2.
Just one of those ones where he just had to wrap it up though. Once he had it, just go to ground. But instead it looked like he was trying to force that offload.
Jordan square.
Unfortunate.
6 again,
Go.
so
3.
there's
Marcus.
no real need, as you said.
Anyway, we move on. The Falcons making easy meters through the middle here through Sam Burns. He plays at 45 out from the Pride line. Grant goes out the back onto Murphy. Goes on to Lewis. And Lewis is taken just outside the 30.
Hold. Go.
Grant, that one-handed pickup. He likes going short side to the flying mullet. Hines leaping his chin fat. It's knocked on by the Sunshine Coast.
Knock on, but you've tackled Sunny Coast off the ball.
Taken off the ball is the call. I missed that one, but we'll say play on. Sunshine Coast with another opportunity.
Not for where the one-on-one strip occurred. No way.
Jarvid
It's a penalty to Sunny Coast.
put in his place.
Tackle off the ball.
Got to ask the question, don't you?
Yeah, I thought they were just jostling for the ball there, but
Oh, look, I missed what happened off the ball. I only saw the Falcons knock on, but I've got one eye, so it makes
it's another
sense.
test for the Pride.
Sure is. Opportunity here for the Falcons to score more points. How can the Pride defence hold up? It's a pass just out in front for Daunt, but it's held up okay.
Tom up! Come to me!
And Dane Hogan is the one playing the ball.
Go one.
Harry Grant looks dangerous every time he moves out of dummy half. And former Pride boy Schoenig has crashed over. That was way too easy. Got to be tighter through the middle there.
He's enjoyed that one too.
He had a tough start to the game. First 2 carries, he dropped the ball, but Harry Grant, who you mentioned before this game, is dynamic at a dummy half, and he just showed us how there.
Well, yeah, I mean, he could get picked up by another NRL club, I'm sure, but he was just happy to bide his time in that Storm system. Obviously, Brandon Smith, probably his main competition
Boys want a drink?
to push into that sort of utility role with the Storm.
Ty Williams won't like seeing that on replay. The effort area there from Pete Holler, which was non-existent. He didn't even try to lay a hand on Schoenig in the end, which is disappointing.
Yeah, nothing much gets past old Ty, so you can bet he noticed that for sure. And he might have some choice words for Pete at half-time.
Why don't you say something to him when you do your halftime interview?
No. He's a very big man.
Isn't he? Good player too. He's that close to a Cowboys call-up.
I'd love to see him in the big leagues.
He'll be there. He's only a really young fella, isn't he? He'll be there
Just
eventually.
with Scotty Drinkwater there now, I'd just love to see that sort of Pete Holler getting the offload away, Drinkies through. Anyway.
No, because then we lose him. Let's keep him forever.
That's true. We'll have him for as long as we can.
Conversion successful there from Todd Murphy. 12 points to 2. The Falcons lead, maybe not an indication of how this game has gone the first 18 minutes. It's been a real arm wrestle. Pride on top at least the first 10 or so. But Falcons, as champion teams do, are just finding a way to win it. Braden Torpy kicks off again. Comes to his near side this time.
Still quite early days, but you do feel the Pride need to try soon.
Good contact. Casey, no, that was a head clash.
Tackle one. Nico, no. Yeah, I saw it. Head clash.
Head clash, okay. I thought he'd blown, my apologies there, I thought he'd blown penalty for that, but it was just strong contact ended in a head clash.
Not what you want to see.
No.
Oh, didn't
jeez.
miss either, no.
No, it didn't. I tell you, he is a massive unit, is Terrence Casey Douglas. And that would be a hard scon to run into. I don't think we will see Hines for a little bit here today.
I think he's not looking good.
No.
Holding that jaw, which is not a good sign.
Trainer.
Spanner in the works
Pass the
for
water. Have the water bottle.
the Falcons.
Got blood on the ball.
Hines, their fullback, leaving the field, so it will be a reshuffle here. We'll see who goes where in a second.
He's an electric player too.
I just like the hair. Very 80s disco.
We'll wait till your player comes on, Sunny Coast. Peter, just make sure you push up. No more than a metre. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's okay.
So a HIA for Hines.
Okay, Jared. Okay. Tackle one, Sunny Coast. Wait for go. Go. Tackle one.
Did he wait for go?
I don't think so. That's good contacts. A few of them in there. Bugden, Torpy,
Hold.
and I think Holler,
Go.
3 of the
Two.
biggest humans on the field today. That's the kind of stuff you want to see from your big
Come to
boppers.
me. Hold. Go 3.
Cheerleaders just started cheering, but
Hold.
I'm not 100% sure
Release
what. But
now,
anyway,
square.
they do a good job.
Hold.
Going off.
Go.
They were, weren't they? That's a lost ball. It is.
Ball
Chris
bounces.
Lewis
Lost.
is the one that made the mistake there. And
ball bounces.
reward for a really good, strong defensive set from the Pride.
Great work. Yep, they really muscled up there. They could sense
The ball goes up and down on the spot.
the game, possibly just getting into the Sunshine
From his
Coast hands there.
Let's go.
Tell you what, Pierre Bar did not get their advertising wrong this year, did they? They're on the backside. Not that that's why I want to be staring at Pete Holler's rump, but it's just there in your face.
Not the first time you've been...
I referenced one rump very early on in the 20s game.
Bring him in together.
In context.
bring him
Out of
together.
context, not great.
You're a big rump fan, aren't you? Joey John's fan.
Oh, Joey had the rumpiest of rumps, yeah. Anyway, back to the footy. Beyond Yodo to feed this one. Shape to go that short side. They keep it conventional though. It's Tuala with the ball.
Just back while these Cowboys are on a bye, just to top up the fitness. And we'll take him.
Oh, 100%.
Strong.
Pete Holler, geez, they hit hard these Falcons, and you notice they have 3 and 4 in every tackle. Bugden this time is met strongly.
Move now. Hold
Shot
on.
with the first contact, no surprise.
Hold. Go 3.
Braden Torpy out the back this time. Beyond
Outside.
Yodo looks good. Safest chin fat. Oh, how has Bowen held on to that?
One-on-one.
Well, he
play on
hasn't. That's
backwards.
how.
That'll be...
Knock on from Todd. The ball goes forward across the ground. Everything else is one-on-one. Scrum.
All
Todd
that
knocks
matters
it on.
is
You
it's
catch the
Pride
ball forward. Scrum. Let's go. Pride ball.
Someone's losing their mind next door to us. Who's in the room next to us?
I think it's the coaching staff of the Falcons.
Okay. Big g'day. There was a war of words between the Falcons coaching staff and ours.
Ball in.
Yeah,
Storm in a teacup.
Out.
media beat up, you could say.
Tuala with the ball this time. Takes it almost up to the 20 and driven back a couple.
Up now.
Another opportunity for the Pride to hit back here.
Hold. Go one.
And they need to after we were dominant early in this half.
On your right, mate.
Falcons fought back into it. 2 quick tries. A 4-pointer here would be very nice though.
Good.
Hold, go.
Holler plays at centre field. We go to the far side. Torpy shapes inside, manages to hold on to the ball. He's taken 10 metres out. Campanolo barking orders for a long time.
It was just a bit long. Just had to. I'm scared.
Jack, in line with me.
Just with next door, you know.
What do you mean? They come get you. They're watching the stream. You're saying bad things about him. Yeah.
Here's your boy in front of us here.
Release Dalton. Hold.
Big Fanongaloa.
Go one.
He's with his missus. Celebrate the anniversary. Anyway, back to the action. Casey Douglas. We'll get into that in a sec. Casey Douglas will play it 5 metres out. Campanolo goes short. Cam Torpy.
He scored like that before this season. Worth a shot.
Strong defence on this occasion from the Falcons. Go at the back. The kick from Torpy is a good-looking one.
Sits
Hancock
up
picks
nicely.
it up. Tom Hancock crashes over. Brilliant vision from Torpy, but Hancock to hold on to that and then ground it. That is tremendous, and I don't think there's too many men on the field that would have held on to it.
For a second rower, he can find the line, can't he? He just pops up in those unusual spots.
I'd love a stat for his post-contact meters, Tom Hancock, because he just does not go down. And even there, once he took the ball, he still had work to do. Great kick. I don't know if he called for it or not. Either way, they both knew it was on. McGavin tried everything he could to stop him.
But I'm worried about them laying in the ruck.
Yeah, sure.
And trying to slow it down. We're trying to get to our front. We're winning contact, and then we're dropping it, picking it up.
Yeah, sure. The one from Chris, he picks up, the ball gets stuck to his hand, it bops up and down on the floor.
Yep.
They're out of the way, and the other one, I believe, Darren, the ball just popped out once.
Is,
it went through. If they, no. If they are wrestling and it's slow, then you'll get the penalty.
Okay.
The way I'm ruling at the moment, there's no wrestle in it, and you've lost in the ball. Yeah, sure.
Yes, very Melbourne-like, aren't they?
Dan Hogan, a bit to say there, saying that the Pride winning the wrestle. I would have to say it's probably the other way. They've been a lot slower in the ruck to start this one, the Falcons. But hey,
I know.
so I'm not a player. I'm sat up here. Anyway, a much-needed try for the Pride, who, can I say, have been outstanding to start this one. A couple of quick tries from the Falcons, but don't forget we're playing the competition leaders today. They are well out in front too. They've lost one game. And we are in this up to our eyeballs, about to be 12 points to 8. I love Braden Torpy at 7. I hope there is never an occasion this year again where we have to push him out to the centres because of injuries or whatever. For me, he shouldn't be anywhere else in that field.
Definitely his most natural position, looks the most comfortable, and is really getting that combination with Biondi-Odo going, isn't he?
Well, this for me is easily our best halves pairing. You know, we've put a lot together, and it's taking nothing away from the others that we've put in that 6 and 7, but far and away these two would be my picks for the rest of the season.
Side in the middle.
And we're back underway. 12 points to 8, game on. 16 minutes remain first half. This has been a cracker on Pride TV. The Indigenous jerseys.
Need to back it up with a good set here.
100%. Must complete, must get to the kick. Pete Holler wrestling for every
Crusher
metre.
there. That's
I would say
had
the
to be
same
a
thing.
crusher.
Yeah, and it's called too on Burnstrom, that is. Originally named in the 17. Some of the Pride fans not real happy with that one.
Yeah, Tom.
It just seemed
Sam.
Tom's obviously upset too. Tom Hancock, the Pride
Yeah,
captain.
it's on report. There's extra pressure on the
You
neck.
could see
You got to let his
him
head
in
come
the
through.
position, and there was sort of no effort to, get him out of that position.
It's going to take a while for players both at this level and in the NRL to get used to that
That's
being a
right.
penalty every time, because in that tackle there's no malice per se, but
Oh, and it's a big mistake.
isn't it? You got to find touch there. Against teams like this, you can't afford that.
It was only an inch or so, but that's all you need.
Hold, go one.
Chance of the Falcons. They're let off the hook here. Could have gone very differently. It's a strong carry. Got to recover here defensively, the Pride, and hold them out. Here is the offender from the Crusher, Burnstrom. Put on report. I don't think he'll have too much to worry about there. The 14 is Dalton Phillips. Got a bit of a Brandon Smith look to him from the Storm. Harry Grant.
Always dangerous, always probing around that ruck.
Hancock realised and just cut off the offload there.
Hold, go. All on.
I think they might have been knocked on from the Pride.
Offside.
Well, it was odd because the referee in our mics just said all on and then they were called offside. So I'm unsure what's happened. Will they take the 2? Let's have a look. Falcons are thinking about it.
or possibly the Falcons were
Harry, if
all
you're going
on.
to tap in line with me, make sure we're on the
Who
line.
knows?
1 foot.
Harry Grant to
Where you
tap,
are, Harry?
it looks like.
Go.
They won't worry about the 6-point lead. They want a 4-pointer, strong
Hands away
contact.
now, Cameron.
Cam Torpy's hitting hard tonight. He's
Pride
fired up.
have got to make him regret that decision. There was 2 points on offer.
Hold.
They've got to hold him out here.
Go.
Hogan will play the ball to Grant.
Outside, he goes through.
The 18 trying to crash over. Jeez, he went close. Shormcall, his name is.
Done well not to reach out.
Go, 3. Outside,
Great
he goes
defence,
with him.
Pride. Then, oh, there's numbers here though.
Play on, keep going.
Poor ball.
He's managed to scramble there, but geez, there was a big opening.
Well, Bowen came way in off his wing. I think he just followed his centre, but there's a big opportunity if the pass was right. There still is here. Falling off the tackle.
Backwards, still 4.
Bowen, a bit of work to do. He does well. The offload's gotten away,
Surrender.
Good stuff. Mark
and
Bowen.
he'll be held.
You tackled, and then you passed it off the ground.
Passing off the ground. Good decision.
No.
It's a
See, I
penalty
tell
to the
ya.
Pride.
I wasn't sure which way it was going.
Could have
and
gone
I
very
was-
much
Wait,
going
wait,
either
wait.
way.
Okay, Nathan, go.
Dave Murphy on the field now. Aiden Day is as well. Brad Loopy still
Oh,
warming
not
up.
again.
Play on.
Have we not found touch again? Unbelievable.
He's 2 metres from the sideline.
Can't do that. Gavin.
Just making it hard for
Now.
themselves.
Square Braden, come to me.
Another big
Go
set.
Bugden is off, as I think is Cam Torpy. Good stint from the two boys to
Move
start this
together.
one.
Hold. Hold.
Loopy
Go,
still
2.
yet to be used. So it looks like
Hands away,
Murphy,
Jack. Dave to me. Hold. Go 3. Peter.
possibly
Gotta get
Aiden
square.
Day are
Outside.
out there. Is that
Okay,
right?
he's gone 10. Offload. Still 3. Jack, hands away. Make the line. Hold.
Falcons'
Hold.
real
Go,
opportunity
that's 4.
here. Close to the
Outside, go
Pride
through.
line.
Play on. Still 4.
Throwing the ball around at will. Harry Grant just says, see you later. And he's crashed over. Too strong. And that tackle needed to be made. It wasn't. Harry Grant found a way.
It's disappointing there. They had the opportunity to get down the other end and, you know, apply a bit of pressure. Couldn't find touch and it's
Oh,
costly.
so I called surrender, and when I'm calling surrender, the Pride player, he's let go, and your player has been tackled and he's passed it off the ground. So it's pass after tackle.
Well, I mean, those kicks to touch really hurt because you have to find a way. And is it Braden that's been kicking for touch to start this one?
I know Jordan was the one on
Jordan
the far
was the last
side.
one. I
didn't catch
understand
the other one, yeah.
wanting to catch 40 or 15 metres, I really do. But when you've just had one previously, it didn't find touch, you kick it 10 metres and start your set. Unfortunate, but 16 points to 8 is now the score. Just over 11 and a half minutes remaining here at Barlow Park. Northern Pride TV, all thanks to C-Swift. Big supporters of rugby league in the north. They do a wonderful job. If you're shipping cargo, just search
Thanks, mate.
C-Swift to find out more. Caleb Daunt lining this one up to make it a 10-point lead to the Falcons. Not on his preferred side. Tough kick.
To go.
Yeah, that's right. We'll kick the goal.
Quinlan Cannon just out of the chair. He looks like he's about ready to come on very soon. Conversion successful, so it is a 10-point lead. Falcons 18, Pride 8. Cannon at the CDRL level has just been in every headline we've seen this year. First time I've had being able to see him play live today. When he comes off the bench, you would assume for Campanolo. He's not a big man, is he?
No.
Very much the Rey Mysterio of this team.
Contact's okay.
And it's the Falcons working away from their own line.
Hold, Dave. Go 1.
Grant really is a class above their dummy half. He showed it in that
Just to meet Peter.
four-pointer.
Get square. Hold.
Set up
Go
an
2.
earlier one as well. And it's Chris Lewis. Had an error earlier. He's made up for it since then.
Go 3.
Strong carry again. Bit of confusion there. Strong contact.
Big shot. Big
Aiden
shot.
Day, I think that was, just went whack.
Boys, get around him.
Bernstrom, flat-footed, Absolutely walloped. We like that. He's stinging a bit from that too.
Well, the Sunshine Coast, they're a very physical team, aren't they? And clearly the Pride have come out with an intent to match them. And look at that shot.
Well, it's the most physical I've seen us in months.
Nat, bring him together. Jack, bring him
Cam
together.
Torpy early
Ball in.
was out there to hurt. Looks like Aiden Day has the same thing in mind.
And this is without their the main enforcer, old Matt Lemire.
True, he's
Who
out
just
1 week, is he? With the
1 week
charge?
with the shoulder charge. Yeah, took the early pleat.
Casey Douglas plays that one. Dave Murphy's first carry of the game. Backs into the fence, looks for the offload, finds it so much. And he's done it again there.
City up.
Biondiato is sitting ducking that tackle though.
Go to.
Campanolo into dummy half. Dave Murphy again. 2 head-ups in a row. 2 offloads in a row? No.
Square now, Dalton. Hold. Go
Casper
3.
plays the ball. Campanolo.
Outside and through.
Torpy.
Through.
Chin fat. We haven't seen much of him with the ball yet. Hasn't had too many opportunities. This is a strong run though.
That's okay.
Great run.
Just Lachlan. No, none of that. Lots ball.
Drop ball at the end of that. Oh, I missed it from Chin fat. That's
Scrum,
unfortunate.
Sunny
Strong
Coast.
carry.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Just seemed to have done the hard work and had the right to go again, but just mishandled it.
So led off for the Falcons, who lead by 10 in this one. 8 minutes remaining. First half.
Just wait, Caleb. Heads in tight. Harry in
It'll
tight.
be
Bring them together.
Caleb
Ball
Daunt
in.
to feed the scrum.
Out.
Oh, coming in studio with someone that's broken my heart.
Jack, move. Hold. Go one.
Connor Jones.
Forward
Why are
pass.
you not on this
Dummy
field
half.
tonight?
Yeah, look, I've signed a contract with Featherstone Rovers, so flying out tomorrow.
Unbelievable. How quickly did that happen?
It's very quickly. I literally booked a holiday with Buggo Thursday night to Thailand.
Yeah.
And
So that's not happening anymore.
that's not happening anymore. So yeah,
So you're letting Will Bugden go to Thailand by himself?
Nah, he was already over there. So
Oh, jeez.
he's over there doing some training. So yeah, look, happened yesterday and signed the contract this morning. Flying out tomorrow. So
Congratulations, mate. That's Featherstone Rovers. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff. I'll come back to you in a second, Connor. We'll just call this fun. Biondiato goes short. I fell for that. Casey Douglas is taken 15 metres out. The 80-minute man from last week has started this one strongly too. Campanolo into dummy half. Murphy, another strong hit up.
Square Dalton and Harry.
He'll play at about 6 metres out. Opportunity for the Pride to hit back here. It's the most physical they've been in a long time. Need more points though. Tuala, 10 metres out.
Make the line.
Campanolo weighs up his options. Slow play the ball. Go to the far side. Aiden Day, who forced that mistake earlier. Strong run forward.
Strong.
He's taken 5 metres out. He's wrestled for a long time. They get away with it. Could easily have been a penalty. Campanolo short. Murphy thinking offload.
No. Play on.
And the ball's popped out.
No advantage.
Double knock on. And it will be a Falcons ball. So you fly out tomorrow, Connor. Was it just that you talked to them in the past, the Featherstone guys, or?
yeah, so the way it worked out, I've got a British passport.
Okay.
So I don't count under the quota.
Yep.
So my manager's been speaking to them and a few other clubs. I actually got an offer from them in January, but I knocked back and decided to stay here. But I just thought at kind of this point of my career, they're pushing for Super League promotion as well.
Yep.
So I just thought it'd be a really good opportunity to go over there and give it a crack. And obviously Tony and Ty gave me their blessings, and that was something I'm really grateful for as well. That the club has kind of let me do that.
So as far as the hooking role goes at the Pride, you'd made it your own this year after Getz hung up the boots last year. Blokes like Quinlan Cannon that's come into the bench today. Obviously Campanolo there. Do you see Campanolo as a long-term 9?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's been really impressive.
Get off the field.
I don't know what's going on
I
here.
don't care what tackle it is. You can't coach. Go.
I think it's the trainer for the Sunshine Coast. So the referee's
He's just been sent off the field.
Mate, we've heard the Sunny Coast coaching staff in the other box going off their nuts. So they're having a good time tonight.
Yeah, so look, I think Campo, he's been really good since he's made that transition to hooker. Quinlan's a really exciting hooker that's coming off the bench. He'll provide a bit of spark, and we've also got Denzel coming back from injury, as well as Paddy Gallen in the squad. So, you know, there's plenty of depth there, and Jordan Biondioto can play there as well. So, you know, we've definitely got cover there, and definitely got boys that can, you know, that can fill that role and do a really good job.
Bowen brushed herself one in the tackle there. Sean, that is, jarred into dummy half. Goes himself. I don't know 100% the markers are square there. They're saying play on though. Meters becoming very hard here for the Pride at the back end of this half. 4 minutes remain. Dave Murphy, another strong carry.
Hold. Go for.
Campanolo back into dummy half. Hancock taken high, and it's pulled up. In true Tommy Hancock style, he didn't go down though. He wanted to keep going forever. Is he one of the toughest buggers you played footy with?
He's very tough, yeah. He doesn't. You never hear of any of the injuries he has. He definitely.
He's probably done both his ACLs. We just wouldn't know about it.
I would not be surprised.
We find touch that time off the penalty, so a chance for the Pride at the back end of this half. They make it sing through the hands. Holler looking for the offload, decides to hang on.
Hold.
Campanolo
Hold, go to. Big hold.
Goes on to Biondioto. Brings Day back underneath, and we're 20 metres out from the Falcons line. Plenty of tackles in the opposition 20. Just got to make it count now. Biondioto goes short. Casey Douglas. Casey Douglas is 5 metres out. Real opportunity here. A lot of wrestle in that tackle. They say play on. Short ball to Day. Day goes close. He's a metre out. Campanolo weighs up his options. Puts in the kick. Oh, McGavin, good hands. Have you played against him before, Nathaniel McGavin, Connor?
I think he may have played that game in Sunshine Coast. I'm not too sure if he did or not.
Jeez, his leap against Matty Muzamechi earlier was outstanding.
Muzza's really safe under the high ball, so that was impressive.
It was hard from a standing start. He got up there well. Have you had a chance to sit down with your teammates and say thank you?
Yeah, I got to say goodbye to them all last night at the captain's run. So, yeah, I let them all know last night. So it was pretty hard. Confronting the group and telling them. So it was really hard actually.
That's forward pass. They're saying play on apparently. And Chinfat at the back looks to clean this one up.
Okay, run 10 anyway.
Chinfat, after a strong debut, has been kept a little bit more quiet this week, although he's halfway through here. He's still going. They're trying to pop it out. And he makes 25 metres on that carry, maybe more.
Hold, go one.
Biondioto, dummy half. So just a boy from Emerald, now doing big things, eh, Connor? Outstanding. So tell us, how does you said you guys are pushing for promotion. Does it work almost in a soccer sense with the UK competition?
Yeah, look, I probably need to do a little bit more research, but and find out. But it's a promotion and delegation system. So, so you know, you can't have a bad year. You've got to be on every year, or else you'll get promoted. Get delegated to the tier below.
Good run there from Day. Campanolo now. On the last goes to Braden Torpy, who heaves the ball into next week. It's be a good take if they get it. They don't go for it. Chance here. Oh.
Into touch.
Bet hate. I don't know why wingers let the ball bounce. Almost got to get onto that one. Any other Aussies with the Rovers? Do you know?
Yeah, there is a couple. Connor Carey's over there. He played at the East Tigers last year.
Okay.
As well as Dane Chisholm. He was over, and Makahisi Makatoa.
They were both pronounce that. Well done.
Oh, it's probably wrong. They were both at the Bulldogs when I was there. So there's a couple of boys I know there, as well as Cameron King, played for Parramatta last year.
I thought Cameron went there. So Cameron's is an interesting one because he basically took to Twitter to say, I've been shafted from the Eels, I got no club, and you see him going to the UK.
Yep.
He plays in the same position as you, so you'll be battling it out.
He's an awesome player. I'm going to go over there and learn as much as I can from him. He's obviously been in NRL systems for a long time, so I'll be doing all I can to learn as much as I can off him for sure.
Dalton Phillips it is with the ball, very much a Brandon Smith lookalike. Go at the back, chance here to end this half with more points for the Falcons. Pride must hang on. They've been right in this one. 18 points to 8. Scoreline probably doesn't quite reflect just how close it's been. Must hang on here. 15 seconds remain first half. Harry Grant, best player on the field by far. He is a class above. Very good player as a dummy half for the Falcons. They weigh up their options. The kick through. Jarvid Bowen tries to clean up, doesn't. Danger here. Sean Bowen does the right thing, and that'll be half time. Made us sweat a little bit.
Half time.
Tell you what, referee could work on his blowing skills. I wish I'd reworded that. The referee could work on the way he blows the whistle, because that sounded like a penalty. As soon as that came out, it just the less said the better. Oh, dear. Well, Connor Jones, we thank you at the Pride for all your services. I'm sorry to send you out on a note like that. Good luck in the UK, mate. Sad to see you go, but an exciting opportunity.
Yeah, no, thanks very much. No, I appreciate it, Elliot.
All right, Ripper. Thank you, legend. Half-time here at Barlow Park. The score is 18 points to 8. As I said, that scoreline probably doesn't quite reflect just how close this one's been. We've got Rowan sideline, I think, who is with Quinlan Cannon.
Quinlan haven't got out on the field yet, but what are you seeing from the sideline?
I think our boys are doing well up the middle there. Just a few areas we've got to work on, with line speed and just a bit more aggression. I think we'll be all right.
Second Q Cup game tonight. When can we sort of expect to see you come on the field?
I'd say in the back end of the second half. I think that's what the coach said. He'll use me when the other boys are tired, so I think that's what we're going to look for then.
Looks like a real intense battle in the middle there. Looking forward to getting out there and doing your part as well.
Yeah, I'm very excited, very keen. There's a lot of adrenaline and nerves rushing through me, so I'm just excited to get out there and get the job done.
Too easy, man. I'll let you get in there. Thanks very much. Up to you, Elliot. Cheers.
All right, thanks, Rowan. Half-time, 18 points to 8. We're going to come back with more and a special guest in less than 30 seconds.
Weekend only after 2 o'clock.
Oh, here we go. Fred White from Sea Swift. Hello, mate.
G'day, mate.
Nice to see you. The precursor of this interview, and Fred said in an email, we can ask you anything we want, and I did just ask if you dress up as a woman on the weekends. Answer is?
Nah, not generally, mate.
No, okay.
Only probably after 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's fair enough. Mate, how long have you guys been involved with the Pride now at Sea Swift?
Mate, since about 2010, I reckon, or 11. So, fair while. Yeah.
So your passion as far as rugby league development is developing it in the northern parts of Australia. How do you sort of go about that, or what's your passion or your aim here?
Yeah. So what we come on board for, mate, was to really get behind the Take Pride program. So I was approached by Shep back in about 2010, 11 it was when we come on board. And it was really about getting behind rugby league development out in communities. So a lot of the stuff that we were doing up in the Straits and the Cape from a service perspective was really providing a lot of touch points for us to be able to use our brand to then bring the pride in and then start to get really good messages around health and well-being and leverage off the game.
So how long has Sea Swift been around now? Because I can remember, and I've spoken about this on the stream before, having grown up in the Torres Strait, my family being there myself, it's the only thing we used to ship cargo, and this would have been mid-90s. Used it, and unbelievably reliable too. Like on island time, you expect things to go slow, but you guys are unreal. So you've been around for ages. Yeah, mate.
87 we started as Sea Swift, but we were operating before that with the founding owner doing prawns and mother shipping service up in the Gulf out of Corumba. But moved to Cairns in 87 and started Sea Swift in 87.
What do you make of the first half? They're going all right, the boys.
Not
They're
too
right
bad.
In this.
Not too bad. They've continued on the form from last week, mate, haven't they?
Geez, they're
Not
hitting
too
hard. I think Cam Torpy started that one like a man on a mission.
Yeah, he did.
Just hitting everything, which is unreal.
Yeah, he did.
For those that aren't aware, this is the first time that we've been able to do the live streams of the game and have the commentary. It's all made possible to you guys at Sea Swift. At this stage, Rowan and I are still in a job. You're not firing us for the rest of the season?
Mate, no, you guys can stay on as long as you like, mate. It's look, I think it's been a really great initiative, mate. And we started it off some time ago. There was a few years ago we had a bit of a spurt at it, and we didn't quite get it right. It was probably the technology probably wasn't quite right then, and we didn't quite get the commentary pieces right. But I think the way you guys have approached this now and and what's available now from a technology perspective, it's working great. So keep doing it, mate. You're doing a great job.
We don't do anything. It's all the team behind the scenes, Pikey and Co. That do a great job.
They're all doing a great job.
But what I do love about it is, we live stream our 20s every home game as well, and we're connecting with families that are watching the game in the Northern Territory, in the Torres Strait, in Bamagay, in Cape York. There's people overseas that are watching it that are family members. And that's what C-Swift does. They keep people connected. So I can't thank you enough, mate. It's nice to see it, and I really appreciate you coming in.
Perfect, mate. Thanks, Elliot. Keep up the good work, mate, and the guys behind the team as well.
Cheers, mate. All the second half action down at Barlow Park coming back after this. Back here at Barlow Park, round 16, the Northern Pride taking on the Sunshine Coast Falcons. I'm Elliot Lovejoy with Rowan Sparks. And Rowan, first half action, it's 18 points to 8, the Falcons lead, but it felt like a 50-50 game. Yeah, definitely. I think the Pride have been really impressive in the first half against the competition's top team. Seem to be matching them in those sort of intensity, effort areas, and I think they'll get some early chances in this half to capitalise. If they can have their effort areas at this level week in, week out, they're a top 8 side, 100%. But just need to find a way to bring that same intensity they brought in that first half to all their games. And it'll be interesting to see if they can keep that level of intensity for the full 80. Beyondioto on screen there in the Indigenous jerseys, which are looking sensational in my opinion. We had a very special presentation with them on the field at Barlow Park today. Some of our dancers from Jabberkai, which was unreal as well. And I think they will be auctioned off as they normally are. They normally go for a bit of a penny too. Rowan Sparks paid too well by the Cairns Post, so we'll probably bid on 3 of them. I'm on pittance. Oh, here we go. 8 figures last I checked. An interesting one, there's 2 people I can't wait to see on the field that haven't entered yet. Quinlan Cannon, the dummy half, they'll come up at some stage towards the back end, as we heard when you interviewed him at the end of that first half. And Brad Loopy, his first game back from the Pride, who none of us knew he was playing until about an hour before kickoff. And it'll be the Pride first opportunity with the ball. Bringing it back is Dave Murphy, been outstanding since entering the field. And of course, that's what happens when you say nice things about people, things go wrong. Oh, that's my fault. Elliot's got us off to a shocker here. Yep. Falcons, a real opportunity to start this half the way the Pride don't want them to. Forced offload from Murphy, dove upon, and there's a real opportunity here. Dane Hogan is taken down 2 metres out.
Hold, go for 3. Outside he goes through.
Strong contact from Holler. A few boys helping over the top too. Seem just content to bash it forward, but here they go. Out the back this time, tipped on. The hands are very good. Spinning, hitting, and knocked on over the line. John Rubin. 20 tap. It is too. Good call. It'll be chin fat with the ball.
Wait for the kick.
Here he goes. Safest hands the ball off. Is that Hancock that has his head taped, or is that Aiden Day?
Hold.
It's Aiden Day playing the ball, my mistake. Casey Douglas, strong carry. Bumps off a couple, makes 10 metres. Campanolo into dummy half. Slow play the ball though. Day wants another hit up, he'll get it. He's been strong since entering the field. I can tell you the front rowers for the Pride, in fact the whole forward pack, I'll take my hat off to them. And whoever got them fired up for this one, because they're up and about. Campanolo will kick early. Kicks for space, finds it. McGavin waiting for the right bounce, sits up for him. Tries to score from the first half, brings it back. And he's taken about 25 metres out from the Falcons line. Pride weathered that early little storm after a Murphy error. And looks like we're going to get another arm wrestle in this half.
Dave, move! Hold.
Be a huge coup if we can get close to the Falcons. They are an outstanding side. Yes, missing a couple of players tonight through storm call-up, but just about full strength. And this man is a class above. Finds space again there. That would have been a 40-20 had he got it. Harry Grant, his name is. He's a superstar. And this man is a superstar of the CDRL. I think he won the Player of the Year last season. Safest chin fat. He's earned his call-up for the Pride last week. His second game is today.
Chris Lachlan!
Not an easy position to come into either, the fullback. And I spoke to Dave Murphy. He said he was having to learn all these calls and plays. I think half the time at training he was like, "Oop, I'll just roll with it," but he's done an outstanding job. Braden Torpy will kick well inside the 40. Nice kick. It's a really nice kick. Finds space after kicking earlier. They've done that in the last 2 sets now. Don't mind it.
That's okay. Stand now.
And they're taking about 26 metres out, the Falcons.
Go one.
Arm wrestle to start this one, besides an early error from Dave Murphy. Campanolo, strong contact on McGavin. Hancock helping over the top.
Go two.
Grant. Forward was the call from the Pride, not called from the referees.
Tom now.
Looked okay to me.
Hold. Go 3.
And on their 40 now, the Falcons. Shaping one way. Going another.
It's through.
That's Murphy taken down.
Dave, hold. Hold. Go for.
That's Daunt, sorry. Grant, dummy half, a poor ball. A very rare poor ball. Casey Douglas picks up the scraps. It was Dalton Phillips that made the error, but the pass is right around his ankles.
Not the best.
He is human. Jeez, he can play though, Harry Grant, can he? That's the first time I've seen him live.
Come to me, Chris. Hold.
Stuff he does off the ball too, very good.
Markers are okay.
Dave Murphy, will he be forcing the offload this time? He won't have a chance. His legs are cut down.
Hold, Dane, hold. Go to, good work. That's good.
Braden Torpy. Hancock, chin fat, pops out the back.
Nathan, stay square.
And he's wrapped up comfortably.
Hold, go 3.
Campanolo tucks Mr. Aiden Day underneath. And they're just inside the 30 of the Falcons now.
Hold.
First half opportunity
Go for
the Pride in this second half. Nice bit of ball out there. That Holler-Campanolo connection seems a good one.
Last release.
They're almost like a 80s cop film
Nothing late.
duo, aren't they?
We could make a movie. Beyond the Odo, nice ball. Oh,
Change over.
he was halfway through there, Casey Douglas. I didn't mind that.
Been really good since coming back.
Wait,
Very happy to see him back in the side.
Wait.
We started this year a man on a mission, and then for whatever reason was missing out on selection. And it has, you're right, it's just fired him up.
Yep.
Last week you mentioned he played 80 minutes, and for a body like that, such a big one, to play 80 minutes is outstanding.
Even in those weeks, he was sort of dropped back to the local league. You know, he made sure he was the best on the field.
Well, it's just a nice story. Terrence Casey Douglas is a kid from Normanton that would drive 5 hours for games to go and play when he was a kid. He does work with the Pride here. He was just up on Thursday Island doing community work there. And having a chance to speak to him properly the other day, he's soft-spoken, he's lovely.
Double.
And he's put pressure on there.
Double knock on. Double. First, Sunny Coast, and then Pride.
Oh.
The Pride scrum.
It's like when your girlfriend's angry at you, then realises.
We're in here.
What for? Oh. Why didn't you get the meat out? I did. Oh.
We've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
Daily.
Found out I'm getting married in Thailand last week.
Oh, exciting.
In tight, please,
My
Jack.
decision. Went out a line that really works in relationships. Anyone can feel free to use this one. Say,
You're on the
I
outside
care,
fence.
but I don't mind. Which basically means I don't give a, you choose, but it sounds a lot better.
It's a nice way.
I care, but I don't mind.
Bring him together, Nat. Bring him in tight.
I don't know if we can work that into footy, but for now, using your relationship.
Relationship advice with Dr. Lovejoy.
They held that in the scrum. A little trick play from the Pride. Jarvid Bowen ends up with it on this short side.
Hold, go one.
Geez, they'd love to score first in this half.
Casey Douglas again. He's busy. Doesn't shy away.
Hold, go 2.
He's only 19 too, isn't he, Casey Douglas? Oh, jeez. They've just mistimed that one. It was forward, but the play was right.
Yeah, it was a lovely play. Just the execution a little off.
Great line that Hancock ran.
Just get ball boy to kick ball in. Oh, we got one, don't worry.
Let's have a look here. Yeah, look, it was definitely forward, but it was the right idea.
We don't play the NRL rules. It's once I call out, it's out. We don't let the ball trapped in.
Interesting. Just learning the scrum rules, the boys.
Heads in tight, bring them together.
Yeah, that's a good time, I guess.
I'll tell you when, Caleb. Bring him in. Okay, ball in, out.
Can we force another mistake? Got to aim up defensively here.
Stand now, Terrence.
Got to be near perfect this second half to win this one, the Pride. Strong contact there, Dave Murphy. No.
Still holding him.
It is your responsibility if you're getting up to play the ball quickly to hold on to it. Is as the rules as I know them.
Mark's here.
Yeah, one
and
of
a
those
dominant
50-50s.
tackle like that. Anyway.
Line, mate.
You're right, 50-50. Didn't go our way, so the Falcons will have an opportunity here. Oh, the contact from Casey Douglas.
Yeah, to me, hold.
Whack.
Hold,
And a
go
shove
on.
to finish it. I
Terrence,
love it.
Loved it
Fire
too.
in the belly. Oh, that's a great run. He's through here, Lockie Rowe. He slipped at the last minute. Chin Fat's done well just to hang on.
Here. Go 2. All retreated.
Got through too easy there. Harry Grant this time.
Run 10. We've gone 10.
Phillips.
Play on.
Bounces off Holler. Got a hit and stick here, the boys.
Square Aiden, come to me. Go 3.
A real chance for the Falcons. It's sort of come out of nothing. The man that made the initial break,
Never held.
Lockie Rowe, gets his just deserved there. He's crashed over. All of a sudden, a really soft turnstile set of defence from the Pride.
Yeah, well, it all started up on that 50-metre line. The try scorer himself, Lachlan Rowe, I believe, just went straight through, really.
It's far too easy.
Chinfat did his best to pull him up, but Pride just couldn't get the defensive structures in order.
It's a pretty lazy effort over the top
There was a
there
nice
from Day.
little combat crawl there.
It was, he's definitely done the barbed wire thing with the army, hasn't he? The big popper. Good run, Lockie Rowe. Maybe remember that name.
Oh, okay. We've gone 10 minutes. Are we happy? We're at?
Yeah, mate.
10 minutes gone, second half. All the dominance, field position-wise, went to the Pride. Couldn't post points, and the Falcons made them pay. They've hit straight back here.
Geez, they just went so close with that that forward pass to Tommy Hancock, and then not 2 minutes later, the Falcons. That's why they're top of the ladder, though, I suppose.
Comes tough now, 24 points to 8. The Falcons lead. I'm going to turn my phone off so I don't get the spoilers from the Newcastle game tonight. Oh, Siri's taken that note, unfortunately. How do you turn iPhones off? There we go. Well, I struggle with technology.
Stay on side!
All right, let's see how the Pride respond defensively after that. Torby kicks off.
Catch.
Man that was involved in a crusher tackle in the first half. Bernstrom will play the ball. Oh, contact from the man just on the field, Brad Loopy, who's back in Pride colours for the first time in a year or so.
Made his presence felt, didn't he?
Didn't he?
As we see Quinlan.
Quinlan Cannon on the field now too. So Ty Williams just looking for a bit of a spark.
Gone 10.
He's a fiery little thing, is Quinlan Cannon. You couldn't find two more different players than Cannon and as a one-on-one strip works out, then Cannon and Loopy on the field. David and Goliath.
Oh, sorry, mate. Hold, go 0, sorry.
Here he is now, Brad Loopy. Out looking for a shot was the try scorer, Lockie Rowe. As they can't take him to ground. Oh, eventually they do.
Hold, go 1.
Held on for a long time.
Hold. Yeah, okay.
Murphy turns his back. He reminds me of Dave Clemmer a bit sometimes, Murph. Not in the physical appearance, but he just backs into the defence and just keeps running.
Very hard to stop.
Outside of
Yodo. That one is okay. From Torpy onto Hancock. He's still going. Chin Fat has dropped the ball. Nice little things killing the Pride this second half.
Just not having the best night with the hands. Obviously in some tough tackles, but he's looked threatening down that edge again.
Yeah, so safe as Chin Fat, the fullback. If you missed it last week, debuted against the Hunters, scored a try, had the second most tackle breaks. Tonight, at times, has looked dangerous, but he's had a tough night with his handling. Couple of errors now.
Bring it forward, Pride.
Just trying to find that pass to Quinlan there, I think.
Sunny coach, you're the loose head.
Brad Loopy's made his presence known. Come on, put in a big hit and a nice solid run.
Straight away, Brad! Come to me.
Dave Murphy underneath.
Hold. Go 1, Dave, not square.
Yeah, played 6 games for North's Devils this season, Loopy.
Up now!
And he's back in the far north.
No, milking. Go 2, Sam, play the ball. Outside.
Opportunity for the Falcons to earn some field position.
Terrence up!
Lewis will play the ball 40 metres out.
Hold, go 3.
Grant comes short side. That pass questionable. Play on. Chance here, McGavin. Oh, Bowen came hard over the top there.
Hold, go 4.
Jarvid Bowen eventually makes the tackle on the last here. A chance for the Falcons. They come out to Murphy. Murphy goes long and forward. No.
Last pass is fine.
They're saying the pass is fine. Tough angle from here, couldn't tell. It was a good pass if it was backwards. Toddy Murphy setting that one up, and it is number 5, Johnny Rubin, that will score for the Falcons and just push this scoreline out to a almost impossible task now for the Pride. Let's have a look at the pass. Nah, fair enough. Backwards out of the hands. Try time after the Pride defence jammed in, Rowan.
Yeah, look, it was a great ball and great work by Rubin to sit out on that wing. As you said, making things very difficult for the Pride now, but it's not all over.
Again, they've got to respond this next defensive set. I think they'll be wondering, how are we 20 points down? In patches during this game, the Pride have been well on top.
Take the scoreboard off the screen and, yeah, you'd think it'd be a lot closer.
That's pretty much what they do in the under 6s now, isn't it? You don't play for points, or nobody wins anymore,
Nah.
apparently. Under 7s or under 8s, I don't even know.
Down in southeast Queensland.
No, is that it?
They're trialling it
don't
down
play,
there.
Don't play for a win. Don't learn. Anyway, conversation for another
It's a
day.
strange one.
Oh, got to learn to lose, don't you? It's like my brother. I taught him how to lose by smashing him in FIFA as a kid. Made him cry. But now he's tough.
It's one of those nights, isn't it?
Isn't it? The kick goes in. The score bumps out to 30 points to 8. The Falcons lead the Pride. Pride TV, all thanks to C-Swift. Keeping Northern Australia connected. I don't think we've got a home game for a few weeks after this. I've turned my phone off because of the Newcastle game. I'll check later.
No, I think you're right. There might only be 2 or 3 Pride home games left this season.
You and me only hanging out 2 or 3 more times.
Quite a bit of time on the road.
Hold, go one.
Do you reckon they'll take us on the road next year? We'd be a liability.
Straight away, Quinlan!
We'd eat too much.
We wouldn't come back.
Waste of a plane ticket. Miss the flight. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't trust us. Lockie Rowe. Big bopper. Here's Dave Murphy doing everything he can. Drop ball. Pride. We'll have a chance here. Loopy over the top. Murphy low. Tell you what, I wouldn't want to be hit by them.
Bringing that aggression.
Normal tackle.
Who was the last player on the Pride team that you'd want to run straight at?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Out there?
I'll go Loopy just because I think he might be a bit mental.
Loopy's up there. Holler's got to be up there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that guy scares me, to be honest.
He's such a nice fella, that's the thing.
That's why it's so scary.
I reckon Loopy's got that mean streak in him. That he wouldn't care that it was you and that you're 5'4" and about 50 kilos. He'd just smack you. Whereas Pete may go easy.
Other arm around Quinlan, head in tight.
There's only one way to find out these things, isn't there?
So next half time, I know what we're doing. Quinlan Cannon breaks from the scrum. Torpy sends Tuala underneath. Haven't seen a lot of Anari tonight.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him, come in, get more hand on the ball.
Day is taken down. Makes it inside the 30.
He is on his way back from an injury complaint, so...
Tuala, that is?
Yeah, might just be...
Easing his way in.
Yeah.
Sure he'll play for the Cows next weekend. Penalty to the Pride. No. Penalty Sunshine Coast. Incorrect play the ball, I think, is the...
Another one of those,
Roll ball.
crucial
Penalties here.
errors.
Back 10.
Not sure who was the culprit.
You rolled the ball.
Oh, Dave Murphy.
You played the ball, you rolled the ball.
Simple explanation from the referee.
And another let off for the Falcons. Unfortunately, 22 minutes to go in this one. Big g'day wherever you're watching Pride TV. Up north, west, south, overseas. Sunny Coast fans.
Strong.
Working out Sunny Coast suburbs. Or towns, Maroochydore, Buderim.
Penalty.
There's a few.
Facial from Casey Douglas. It could be on here. Oh, is that a headbutt?
Yeah, he's just got to watch himself there.
Chris, I've got it. Go away. City, go away. I've got it, Julian. It's okay. Yeah, hey, I got it. Terrence! Tom, come here. No.
Might be in a bit of strife here, Casey Douglas.
Whoa.
Frustration.
First we got the facial, then we got the headbutt. Go.
Oh.
He has been sent off.
Yep.
Has he been sent?
20 minutes to go. I don't care. First he's giving him a facial, then he's gone and given him a headbutt. Not on, we're not having it.
Well, that's an interesting one. I thought he may get...
He was walking away and he's come back because he was shoved.
But I thought he might get 10 in the bin.
He's off, mate.
To send someone off.
Contact with the head.
Anyway.
Stay composed here, Jared. Nice and easy, mate.
Thanks, mate.
So Pride will be down to 12 players the rest of this one.
Hold here, hold, go.
After an interesting sequence of events, I'm sure we'll look at. Ty Williams will as well. Whether that was justified, I don't know.
Go one. Outside, he goes
Chance
through.
for the Falcons. The man advantage. Muzamechi, if he picks this up, he's going to get caught by speed demons, but still, he's still going. How quick's McGavin?
Great God.
All made it. Thanks, mate.
The Greek Italian god, as we call him, Muzamechi. Did well there. Biondi decides to make it sing. Pops up for Bowen okay. But he's taken down easy enough for John Reuben. Reuben, that is.
Go to.
Bowen of the Jarvid kind.
Jonathan Todd. Hold.
Quinlan Cannon now.
Hold. Go 3. Aiden, you're holding on.
Loopy.
Move Trent. Harry, just to me.
He's 20 odd metres out. Chance for the Pride. With only 12 players on the field the rest of this one, Casey Douglas being sent off for an attempted headbutt after a facial, and the Pride. Oh, they're calling that short. Jeez, it must have been close. The kick on the last comes from Torpy. It's an interesting one, knocked on from Cannon. Bit of a nothing kick to finish that set, unfortunately. And the Falcons have it back.
Just went a bit too sideways, the kick there. Maybe off the side of the boot.
Well, we mentioned it earlier. It's the first night game we've had here where it's been a dry track. So kicking game is very different for the playmakers. We're still adjusting in parts. Referee's panting away. Might turn his mic down on my ear.
Hold, go 2.
Grant, dummy up. That pass looks suspect. It's play on.
Shave it up. No, he's tangled City. Just let him up. Hold, go 3. Good work.
Strong contact over the top again. Aiden Day, it's the hardest I've seen him hit this year tonight.
Aiden and Brad.
Man on a mission off the bench tonight for the Pride.
Hold, go 4.
Grant spots no markers at dummy half, makes the most of it. Quinlan Cannon just hangs on. There is support. And Caleb Daunt gets the offload away this time. An opportunity here for the Falcons. Things start to look a little bit ragged for the Pride in defence. Grant has had his hands on the ball 4 times this play. And then finally, Shormkel, I think that was, that put it down.
Oh,
Andrew Grant has his hands in everything.
Straight away, Trent. Hold. Hold. Go 0.
While we've got a second, what did you think of the Casey Douglas send-off? Fair enough?
I think it was a bit of an overreaction, maybe. I mean, we've only seen the incident once live. I'd like to see it again, but as you said, I thought a 10-minute sin bin could have been sufficient.
Yeah, it'll be interesting on the review later. For those that missed it, Terrence Casey Douglas, who had a good game for the Pride, played 80 minutes last week too. A facial in the tackle was penalised, and then an attempted headbutt. For the sequence of events, he was sent off about 5 minutes ago. Pride down to 12 players the rest of this one. Murphy offloads, Cannon knocks on.
No advantage yet, no advantage.
Hold the ball is the message.
Something like that.
And the Falcons again laid off the hook. That's forward.
Shave it up. Come to me. Hold.
Flat, we'll call it.
Go 1.
Falcons opportunity here with Hogan. Strong contact.
Stay square.
Hancock knows he just is there a little bit too long. Head went reeling back. Be interesting to see Ty Williams' take on this one. Obviously errors and penalties he'll be upset about. Effort though, he can't be upset about effort tonight because it's been there.
Out the back, we're playing on.
Opportunity though for the Falcons to extend this lead and make this score a little bit ugly, as it looks like Pete Holler is just about ready to come onto the field for the Pride.
Nat, where you are there. Hold, go.
Gavin taps off to Hogan.
Space, Tom. Give him
Harry
room.
Grant,
Hold.
dummy half.
Hold. Hold. Go one. Quicker, Tom.
He goes to Schoenig. Schoenig is rumbling forward.
Will, space now.
A
Hold.
couple of metres out he's
Hold.
taken.
Go, that's 2.
Oh dear.
Grounded. No obstruction.
That was very soft. I'm not sure who rushed up on the outside, but Harry Grant has a double and is just locking himself in further for tonight's man of the match. I think he's a name we're going to have to remember, Harry Grant.
Absolutely. He's a young star, isn't he?
Yeah, Tommy Hancock. Just overcommitted. I think Loopy could have done a bit more. Communication wasn't there, and the Falcons crossed 34 points to 8. They lead. Pride a man down. They only have 12 on the field. Terence Casey Douglas sent off with 22 minutes remaining.
Nice one, Jared, mate. Just stay composed. Back on top of it here now. It's looking good. Don't let the.
We need a tee.
A kicking tee would be handy.
Just keep it on the time.
Yeah, that's only 40 seconds.
A bucket of sand out there.
May I miss the sand?
We got him out,
Ivan
Brady.
Cleary used to kick with the sand.
Bring back the sand.
Oh, I rate it. You could just get the perfect amount of divot and, there's nothing better than setting up in the backyard or going to the park with the old man, setting up the sand, making it just wet enough.
That's it. You need that little bit of
A
moisture.
little bit of moisture. And whether you're a straight up and down kicker or you had the ball a bit of an angle, as a young fellow, I was straight up and down.
20 seconds.
I remember slotting them from 40, more likely 10.
40,
And I remember it being from the sideline, but it's probably straight in front, and I probably missed them. Actually, growing up playing footy, it was the only thing I was good at was goal kicking. I had no skill or ability. I could goal kick. That was it. One year when they picked the Peninsula school team, I think it was under 12s, I played there. I played on a wing. I was the slowest player on the field, but I got picked as a goal kicker.
You needed a sharp shooter.
I don't think we scored any tries, and I let in about 40, but I was there just in case.
Is that why they call you Halligan around here?
Yeah. Just as good looking. Has him. Pride cheerleaders having some fun.
Stay outside.
And Braden Torpy gets us back underway. His brother Cam can't be far off after a big opening stint. And the Falcons bring the ball back again. Loopy comes reeling out of a tackle. He's okay.
Give room. Hold. Go one.
Loopy looks like the kid at school that you wouldn't annoy. You know, the one kid that you're like, oh, nope, mess with him.
Come here, come
You want my lunch? Short? Here, have it.
Go to.
That was me in school.
What, the lunch stealer?
Peter! Hold. Hold. Go 3. Not
I
square
bought many a
wheel.
bully's
Inside.
lunch at school.
Did you?
No.
No, I don't believe that. You were the popular kid.
Court. Run 10.
Safest chin fat, taking it forward.
Now.
A
Hold
bit of a
square.
rude awakening
Stay
tonight.
on
Been a
hold.
tough game
Go
for the
on.
fullback.
Stay on out of play.
He's still trying his guts out. Tuala.
Stay on.
Oh, it's
We've got
poor.
0.
He's just dropped that cold.
Braden,
Bit of
move.
contact.
Oh, sorry.
Not
Hold.
much though.
Hold. Go 0.
Another chance for the Falcons. Schoenig is back on the field and he's taking it forward.
Move, Peter.
The leg pull there from
Hold.
Bugden. No love lost
Hold.
between those
Go
two.
on.
Bugden, of course, back on the field too. Inside is
Straight away,
Shormcall.
Will. To me, Pride. Hold.
Murphy directing
Go to.
troops is the number 7. He's got the ball in his hands now. Again, just bring him under the big boppers underneath.
Room. Here and hold. Hold. Hold.
It's Daniel
Go.
Dole.
That's 3.
Murphy again. Setting up for a play out the back. Here's an opportunity.
Straight up,
Well
Joe,
covered,
move.
Jarvid Bowen and Campanolo down low.
Go 4.
They'll go short again here. There might be an opportunity.
pass
Tapped
is
on.
good.
Jeez, that's good work.
That's fine.
John Rubin after the tap on the man they call City,
Silky stuff from the Falcons there.
wasn't it? Proving why they're the number 1 side this second half in particular. 36-8 now the score. Starting to blow out. 13 minutes to go. Of course, 13 players played 12 after the Casey Douglas send-off for the Pride. Oh, that's very clever.
Lovely work. Bit of champagne football.
Thanks, mate.
Haven't they got some outside backs to pick from the Melbourne Storm?
Absolutely.
If these are their, second or third stringers, because Sandor Earl and Justin Olam went up,
Yep.
they're doing something right. The development is spot on.
Also done some good recruiting, and the coach has really whipped him into shape as well. Eric Smith down there at
Just
Sunshine
keep
Coast.
on, like one-on-one
Won a
strips.
few CDRL premierships
Both,
with brothers.
like, I guess prior to
Captain
trying
coach.
to still show a bit of intensity by doing big
Coaches
tackles,
from
so
up here doing some
just
good
watch
things.
if
Of course,
anything's dangerous.
Jason Demetrio
Just keep
was
correcting
with
where
the
we need to
Pride.
go.
He's now with the Rabbits with Wayne Bennett. I would say a head coaching role wouldn't be out of the question for him in the next 2 years. Yeah, I mean, if Dean Pay can get a gig, surely he can. And that one's waved away.
Shots fired to the former Parramatta and Canterbury great.
Great player. Coach? No, not your answer at the Bulldogs, unfortunately.
Heard it here first.
Then again, they did have a win on the weekend, didn't they? They beat the Sharkies. So. Well, Torpy getting all too familiar with kicking off. 40 points to 8 the score. And a few fans just starting to roll out of Barlow Park. Maybe just want to
early for that, isn't it?
Just want to beat the rush. 11 minutes to go. You never know.
Peter, give him
What's that?
space. Just to
6
make time.
tries.
Hold.
There's always a good bit of fanfare after the game, win, lose or draw.
The boys are very good at coming out and saying good day to everyone and taking selfies with the kids. By kids, I mean Rowan.
Always keen for a few selfies with the boys.
Normally there's a Torpy with a shirt off, so
they always crop me out when they post it.
I don't think it's cropping you out. I think it's just because you're so short compared to them. It's just.
I'll have to get one with Quinlan maybe.
I did see you standing next to him. You towered over him. I think he'd still beat you up if you wanted to. But
absolutely.
Dalton Phillips into dummy half. A poor ball, well picked up. That's a forward pass from Shonig. It's allowed to go on.
Give him space.
Phillips.
Here to me. Hold. Go. Nothing late.
Kick on the last,
Middle
Mr.
needs
Murphy.
Trent.
Todd, that is. Chin fat under it. Safe under the high ball on this
Okay,
occasion.
10. Everyone's on.
Hop, skip, and a leap.
Contact's okay.
And he's able to wrap up his safest.
Caleb!
You'll get an opportunity in that one jersey for the rest of the year, you would imagine, with some injuries. Jack Murphy will not be there for the rest of the season.
Now, Todd! Come to me and hold.
Get an opportunity to make that jersey his own. Pete Holler back on the field, looking to offload. Still, he's managed to throw it about 4 metres forward.
No, forward pass.
That was almost as bad as the Georgie Burgess one back in the day. When
The
we threw
ball
it.
goes
Do you remember that offload? He threw about 10 metres
Walk
forward.
forward, knock on, either way.
Tom Brady would have been proud.
No.
Just think about that from a physics perspective.
Whoa.
How the fuck would he have thrown it that way?
You're getting a bit crazy there. No.
I'm not sure if the viewers can pick up the ref's mic
We're
there.
playing the scrum.
Tom Hancock taking a very logical approach to
What
answer
did
the question
he
there.
say? Think of it from a physics
He's just
perspective.
asking the referee to, come at it from a physics perspective.
So you can tell us about Socrates.
I can tell you about the history of bullshitting.
The referee was having none of it.
The ref mic is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Stay there.
Because I've got you in one ear, I've got a ref in the other.
Out.
Anyway, can we move on? Chance for the Falcons to post some more points than this one.
Square. Peter. Hold. No, go. That's fine. You're going to be
Pete
with
Holler
me,
arguing
not
this
1
time.
foot in front.
It's all happening out
Isn't
there.
it?
Now, that's 2.
Dane Hogan taking with the ball on this occasion.
Hold, go 2.
Dalton Phillips. Looks like Harry Grant. Is he off the field?
Outside, he goes through.
Might have had an early shower.
No. Peter! Still got
Similar looking blokes out there for the Falcons.
Out there. I just can't get over how much this Dalton Phillips looked like Brandon Smith from the Storm.
Brad, release!
Phillips into
Hold
dummy
square.
half.
Go for. No, you're right.
They go to this far side.
Well, they're just breeding countless hookers through the Storm systems, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think, even though Cam Smith will be a huge loss to rugby league, I don't think they'll be too upset when Brandon Smith is playing 80 minutes every week. Sean Bowen with an opportunity here. Down the touchline, plays twinkle toes. He's going to be in trouble here. Does well to stay in. Needs a quick play the ball. Not allowed to do it.
Go 1.
Chin fat. Long ball to Muzamechi. Muzamechi. Oh, jeez, that's some contact. He does well to keep going. Eventually loses it. Wow, he's been whacked there. I think it was Daniel Dole that got him. We might get another look at that in a second.
How is he on his feet?
I don't know.
That's great.
Would have knocked me in the next
That's
week.
fantastic.
Square, Matt.
Full
Peter,
credit
hold.
to
Hold,
Muzamechi,
go one.
Absolutely battered.
living up to the god name.
Let him up.
Daniel Dole starting front
Yeah,
row.
yeah.
There's a real problem here, though, for one of the Sunshine Coast players.
Tackle 2.
An immediate reaction from the... There it is there.
Contact. You heard the scream of pain, unfortunately, for... I'm unsure as to who this is from the Falcons. It might be Schoenig, is it?
Looks like it, yeah.
I really hope this isn't the worst case when it comes to people looking at knees.
There was an immediate concern shown from the Pride players involved in the tackle. Not sure if they heard something or just heard Schoenig's exclamation.
I don't think they'd be working him over that hard if it was thinking ACL, MCL. So hopefully it's a contact injury. Maybe he's twisted in the tackle. I don't know. You heard the exclamation from him. I'm hoping for the best for the young man. The good news is it looks like he's going to get up by him. Oof.
Give her a hand, gee.
Schoenig is going to come from the field, or hopefully he's okay, because he's a nice story. He come from the far north, playing up here, get an opportunity
true.
down there. Now he's signed with the Storm, so you hope this is only minor.
Yeah. We haven't. I haven't said it yet, so we've got time. Once he goes off.
Doesn't look good, does it?
Far north boy.
Don't know. For the ACL.
Originally from Cooktown, I believe, and then came to Cairns for footy. He'll get a warm reception as he leaves the field.
You really hope it isn't those 3 letters ACL.
Ooh. You won't get him on a stretcher anyway.
He's a massive unit. Highly touted, extraordinary talent. Had a good game.
Okay, stay square, push up, Peter.
And you're right, he has got
Tackle
a warm
2.
reception as he's come off the field.
Hold, go, 2. Come up! Hold square, hold, hold, go 3.
Phillips. Daunt went short there.
Cameron, move! Hold, go 4.
Murphy coming the other side this time. City.
Last! Space now! Hold, go, nothing
It does
late.
look like Harry Grant has had an early shower. He won't be
Left
back
side
on
all
tonight,
good.
you wouldn't think.
Field of play.
Oh, McGavin again.
20!
Came from nowhere. He had that one too.
It wasn't even on the screen.
No.
In the middle!
Flying through.
Good 0.
Promising young player.
Tuala.
Let him up! Hold square, hold, go 0.
Quiet night.
7 early, 7. That's all right. Got to hold
Cam
time.
Torpy back on the field now. If you're looking for a strong finish, there's 6 minutes to go in this one. It's the Falcons 40, the Pride 8. Cannon. On to Jarvid Bowen.
Hold, go 2.
I'd like to see Cannon take off from dummy half a little bit more, especially now the forwards are a bit tighter.
Hold, go, that's 3.
Very good.
Outside and through. Off the legs! Stay square!
Go Quinlan.
Gone
Ball
10.
that time. Hancock.
Caught.
Well caught
Still
by
forward,
Tuala.
one
It's
in
just
there.
behind him.
Last tackle!
Opportunity for an
straight
attacking
away.
kick here for the
Hold,
Pride. Can they score
hold,
some more
go,
points?
Nothing late.
Torpy goes to the
Left side
air.
good. Field of play.
Don't think there'll be an opportunity here. No. City takes it. And he's wrapped up.
Javen! City straight away. Hold. Go 1.
Just got
Opportunity here.
Bogdan going up the tunnel.
Play out, no obstruction.
Not sure what that is there.
Hopefully Will Bugden's okay. High contact there from
Sean, you hit
Sean
him
Bowen.
Trainers following him up the tunnel, so keep an eye on that.
Well, to be fair to the Pride, after losing Casey Douglas 22 minutes to go, he was sent off for an attempted headbutt. I don't know that he made contact, but it was an attempted one. They've been okay. I think they've only leaked a try since then, possibly 2.
Yeah.
Down a man. They're still fighting hard. Again, effort areas have been there, but just the execution, particularly on the attacking side, unfortunately, just been a bit difficult.
Straight away, Cameron! Hold. Hold. Go one.
Opportunity for the Falcons to post some more points. It's a good hard line.
We're here, Tom. Hold. Go
From the number 19, who's Shorncall.
Outside
Murphy.
Play on.
Oh, this will be a try.
Play
Oh,
on. Grounded.
yeah.
Arms
Try
always off the
scored
ground,
from
never
Dane
tackled.
Hogan. Looks like he was absolutely collared by Chin Fat there. This score really starting to blow out now. The Falcons 44, the Pride 8. As I mentioned before, the Pride are down a man with Casey Douglas to send off.
Dane Hogan, Sunshine Coast Falcons, 44.
And, the skipper for the Sunshine Coast just put up a bit sore there after scoring that try with Dane Hogan. It's a nice bit of work from Daunt. Sucked into Awa. He was in no man's land. He was definitely caught high. Was Dane Hogan, but still had the wherewithal to crash his way over. Opportunity here to push it out to 46 points to 8. 3 minutes to go. You would think the Prides will get maybe one more set after the Falcons have the ball here. Tough old evening for both of our sides. The under-20s went down 36 points to 0 against the under-20 Sunshine Coast side that looked really good. They had a young halfback. His name's Jack Wright. He's a really good player. He's a good, strong forwards too. Front rower by the name of Wyatt Reynolds, who looks a talent. Conversion successful. Falcons 46, Pride 8. Couple of minutes to go. Crowd for the most part is stuck around at Barlow, as always, supporting the boys. I'm sure they are very thankful for your support, whether you're catching up at the game or you're watching the stream here at Pride TV. Always thankful to have your company. Make sure if you haven't already, like and subscribe on YouTube to the Pride. We stream this through. It's all thanks to C-Swift. And bringing it back, one of the try scorers tonight also has a line break, Lockie Rowe.
Come to me. Hold. Hold.
He'll play it 20 metres out. Phillips. Forward pass on this occasion is called up. That one I didn't think looked that bad.
On the line.
Thanks, mate.
Phillips a bit bemused, but the Pride will have an opportunity.
Up here.
Minute and what do we got? Minute 45 to go. If we set the scrum, we'll get a decent set in. And an opportunity to score last
Where
points.
sprinkler goes. I don't know. It's blood. Come forward.
We're missing a lock.
You don't need a lock.
I got you.
There's no lock.
No, we can't.
There's one off.
No hooker. Lock. Head in, Nathan.
Be on the Odo to feed here.
In. Out.
Braden Torpy to Chin Fat. Coming in looking for some work. Great footwork from the fullback. Thought about the offload. Did well to hang on to it. Almost scoots over. And as has been the story of Safers' night.
Sunny Coast.
So close, but not quite. Jeez, he did everything but score there. It's a great break. Nice to see the boys getting around him. Only his second game for the Pride.
Scrum's here.
Strong contact, bang. He did well to get out of this. And he did well there to hold on to the offload. Knew it wasn't on. It's just popped out at the last second.
Heads in.
Unfortunate. As the clock winds down on this one. 25 seconds left. Maybe one or two tackles. Oh, they're going to try something here, the Falcons. Oh, that bounce could have gone anywhere. It's play on. That pass is forward. It's play on, apparently. Ruben is going to score. Wow.
Okay, I'm happy the ball goes 10 metres. Was he onside from the kick?
Yes, onside.
Okay.
Well, I mean, some pretty showy stuff, impressive stuff at that from the Sunshine Coast. One of the passes definitely forward, but wouldn't have made a difference either way. Their night was a good one. Falcons reach 50. After the kick, which we'll just wait for it, could push up to 52. We'll get another look at that try in a second, I'm sure. Definite forward pass in there, but on the run pretty hard on the spot. This is all good play on, but this will be the pass here. Yeah. Oh, jeez. That's a mile forward. Anyway, fantastic effort from the Sunny Coast boys. Whether you're streaming it somewhere on the Sunny Coast, you got some team to follow tonight and for the rest of the season. Toddy Murphy looking to add the extras here in this one. And he's kicked it 52 points to 8. Final score down here at Barlow Park. Tough old second half of the Pride after being right in it in the first. 18 points to 8 was at half time the score. 52-8 the final score. Falcons take this one out.
Well played.
They are very much the benchmark. Our boys away in Townsville next week, wishing the best of luck there. And we might just cross down to Rowan one last time, who has a familiar face down on the sideline.
That's all right. Well played. Good work. You did good. Good work. Do you want me to carry the ball?
We'll go to Rowan in a second. I think we're just still setting up. He's down there ready to chat to us. We'll go back to him in a second. There he is.
Brad Loopy, mate. First game for the Pride this season. How did you find it?
It was all right. Well, we got touched up there, but I know like we lost 50-8, but we actually got a pretty good team. Just when they sort of got the roll on, we just sort of folded a bit there, but still good signs there for us, I reckon.
And had to wait a while to get on there, but once you did, you made your intent known. You put on a big shot and a couple of nice good runs there. How did you warm up to it?
Yeah, it was good. Tybo sort of let me know I'd come on late, and I've watched a few of the games. I know Pitt, Holler and the boys play big minutes, so I just sort of wanted to come on, give a bit of NOs, and give them a good rest. But with Aiden Day there, played a bit of suburb, so we had some good NO there together, I thought.
Yeah, former Pride player and back in the north, enjoying being back up this way.
Yeah, I love it. Like, place is good. All the boys are cool. Coaching staff's mad. Just the place in general, so yeah, I love it.
Awesome, Brad. Not the result we wanted, but I'll let you get in there with the boys. Thank you. Back up to you guys in the studio.
Watching you run with Brad Loopy next year is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm glad he's a friendly fella and your friends, because he's a scary-looking man, but it's good to have him on our side. Unfortunately, he didn't get the chocolates tonight, the Pride. Sunny Coast victors in this one. We'll see you back for our next home game. All thanks to C Swift. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you next time.